the devil. I got fire in my bones. I'm burdened with the black heart and cursed to roam. I feel the sunshine, it's cold on my face. Forbidden fruit on my tongue, it's sweet to the taste. And you can try and kill me, try and gun me down, shoot your pistol at me, I laugh at the sound. And as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll come out of the valley without shadows past breath. And when St. Pete comes to call, there'll be no fear in my eyes. Let the reaper come find me, there'll be trouble on the rise. Well, I was born in a crack in the earth, raised by the lightning and baptized in the dirt. And as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I come out of the valley without shadows as breath. And when St. Pete comes to call, there'll be no fear in my eyes. Let the reaper come find me, there'll be trouble on the rise. Well, there'll be trouble on the rise. There'll be trouble on the rise. Well, there'll be trouble on the rise. Well, there'll be trouble on the rise.
Oh, yeah. A little black top mojo to start your Saturday night. Drop your socks and grab your cocks. Welcome to Nonsensical Nonsense, you silly sons of bitches.
Yeah, I don't think we can grab our cocks on here. We might get banned.
That'd be all right. Yeah, don't worry about it. Just grab your cock and drop your socks.
Do a low
I'm
camera.
Glick. Extra zoom. I'm Glick, hanging out with Jeff, as always. If you guys aren't already, go ahead and check us out on social media at Nonsensical Nonsense on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the Twitch, the TikTok,
The Twitch.
the YouTube. Also, if you want to get all the episodes of the old podcast Karooski, go ahead and check us out on Spotify and Google Play and Apple Podcast and Anchor and basically anywhere you get your podcast jollies. So go give us a liking. Go give us a pounding. Go give Jeff a double thumbing. Also, we are live right now, as we are every Wednesday and Saturday night on Hap's Facebook.
Nonsense, you silly sons of
there's
bitches.
that. Hap's Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. And if you'd like to email us, Jeff, where
You
can they
can do
email
so
us?
at nonsensicalnonsensepodcast@gmail.com.
Flawless, my friend.
Always.
Switch
Well,
start
I
the
got
show.
one job. I'm going to do it the fucking shit right. I have.
Mama said I got one job. If you don't do it right, then.
Well, if anything worth doing is worth doing it right. That's what my pops always told me. Is anything worth doing it right. If you're going to fuck it up royally.
Fuck it up, man. I'm all about fucking shit up.
I'm super excited tonight. My wife is finally coming home. Not till late, but she's coming home. Her cousin had a miscarriage, unfortunately, so she had to stay for that. She had to stay till her cousin got to the hospital. Yeah, it's very sad.
Yes.
I've been down that road. It's not a fun road.
Yes, myself as well. I have been down that road. It does suck. It's
very bumpy road.
That's a terrible lie to say when you're in Mexico City with Juan for the week, but
yeah,
teach their own.
No, but she is coming home tonight. She sent me flight info. Unfortunately, she doesn't land till like 10 o'clock my time, which is like 11 o'clock your time. Which means she probably won't get home until 11:30. Because getting
11:30 my time?
My time.
Okay.
Yeah, because
she won't. She won't. Her flight won't land until like 11:30 your time.
10. No, her flight lands at 10 my time, which means she's got to get out. She's got to go wait for her fucking luggage and all that stupid shit. She doesn't have to go through customs, thank God. And then she's got to go, and hopefully the buses are still running. We don't know because pre-COVID they ran until midnight, but with COVID and shit, things shut down sooner, which I doubt they would change the bus schedule. So I'm thinking the bus stops running at 11, so it's going to be closed.
So what's going on, Haley? So
if she has to take a cab, it's going to cost a goddamn fortune.
Yeah, I was going to say, if the buses are done running, then she can still get a cab,
she'll be forced to take a cab. Yeah, but she's forced to take a cab. The problem, like I explained it earlier, the problem is the cab from the airport.
Yeah, you explained it earlier, and
to you, but
you explained it to me earlier, and I think I had a stroke trying to figure out what the hell you were talking about.
Thing is like, the airport is literally middle of fucking nowhere. Nobody lives near the airport in Cancun. It is halfway between. Well, not halfway. It's just outside of Cancun, but it's on the main highway, and nobody lives close to the airport. So that's just great for you don't have to worry about sound or anything shit like that. But it's not like you can just kind of stick your thumb out and cab any cab that drives by. You have to take the airport shuttle cabs, which cost 10 times as much, and nobody has a meter in their cab. They just go, well, this is the price. You don't like it? Tough shit.
So will the airport shuttle cab thingamajigger would it bring her all the way home, or is it just going to take her to?
No, what it will do, it'll take her to a area downtown. Well, if she got a cab, she could take it all the way home.
Yeah, obviously.
It will cost easily $100 to $150. Now that doesn't sound like a whole lot of money coming from the airport and stuff, but considering
how far is the airport? That sounds retarded.
The airport is half hour outside the city limits.
But how far is it from you guys? Like from the airport to your house?
Almost an hour.
Holy smokes!
Yeah, depending on traffic.
I guess that sounds. Do you guys not have an Uber and stuff there?
Oh, we do, but the thing is, when you get this is a hilarious bit of factoid for Cancun. Mexico City, okay, where my wife has been, there is Uber, there's taxis, there's 4 different taxi companies, all this shit, right? Not a problem between any of them. They're like, yeah, do your thing, we'll do our thing. There's plenty of money out there. Cancun is different. The Cancun taxi company is they like to try to keep a monopoly on everything. Okay. So when Uber came in, to get a taxi a hack license, it costs like 350,000 pesos, or I want to say like $15,000, which I think is ridiculous, but whatever. And
That's crazy.
Uber, you just show up and say, "Hey, I want the job," and they're like, "You got a car? Yes. Okay, here you go."
Yeah, you gotta
You're an Uber.
have.
You know, you gotta have the
gotta have.
cost is not there that it is to be a taxi driver.
To drive for Uber, you have to show proof of license, proof of vehicle, and proof of insurance.
Right, and the problem
And then
is,
they do a background check, but
well, yeah, but the problem is the Cancun taxi company is like, "Oh, fuck that shit," and they've been at war since day one. Like, cars have been burnt with Molotov cocktails. It's fucked up.
is it,
It's
taxi company owned by the fucking cartel?
indirectly.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's well, half the guys that drive taxis don't really drive taxis, if you know what I mean. They drive other things. But it's this whole thing. I mean, you could still take there's another company that's called DD, which you could actually be a taxi driver and be a DD driver as well. So that's the safer bet between that and Uber. But it's still like they ask you, don't sit in the back seat if you're by yourself. Sit in the front seat like you're a friend of the guy driving you, kind of thing. It's really weird. A buddy of mine used to drive for Uber, and he got surrounded by 6 taxi drivers while he's trying to drive clients. And the cops were like, "You guys work it out." Like, it was fucked up. I'm like, I'd like to see them try that shit with me.
You guys work it out.
Yeah, pretty much that's what the cops said.
Yeah, you know what? That's when
the problem with the cops in Mexico is it's a whole other ball game.
Well,
it's
all
who's got the most cash. Yeah, exactly. Who's got more cash? I can get out of a speeding ticket for a smile and $5.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. If I was an Uber driver down there, I would carry, and about the time 6 taxi drivers swarmed around me, and the cops said, "Figure it out yourselves." By the time I shoot each one of them in the face. So, and we just lost Jeff. So we'll see if Jeff comes back. It's so crazy to me, the world that he lives in down there. It absolutely blows my mind. That world that he is in. Jeff is apparently suffering some minor difficulties. Oh, I'm broken. That's a hell of a way to start showing out on Saturday night. Anywho, so when you have Pops coming up with Pops top 10, he's got a pretty good one tonight. I talked earlier. John sure has a review that he wants to do. And then, of course, we got what the fuck news coming up. I'm trying to get it back in here. I'm sorry for the sun just almost fine, but we'll be all right. We'll get her back. We will get her back and rocking and rolling in a matter of moments. But while we're waiting to see if Jeff comes back, I do want to give a shout out to Rob Durham. Our guest Wednesday night, it was a really good show. Rob was awesome to have on. He was a lot of fun. He was a good dude. Hopefully we could get him on again down the road. That would be really cool. We wanted to
I don't know what happened.
with him, hang out with him for a little bit.
I don't know what happened. That was weird.
There he is. Yeah, you kind of left me floundering. You kind of left me floundering there a minute.
Well, I thought it actually kicked me off Haps.
Well, I had invited you and then re-invited you because you were like talking, and then it froze up, and then your camera just went away, which completely caught me off guard. So I just floundered around. But I was what I was saying when you came back in was I was saying that Wednesday night show was really cool.
Oh
Having
no, Wednesday
Rob
was
in here.
awesome.
Rob was
Wednesday
really
was
cool
awesome.
guest. Like to get him back in here again sometime when he can hang. You know, I say hang out longer, but he wound up spending the whole show with us. So
Yeah. Well, I
But,
actually rewatched it last night. I had it on the background while I was watching stuff, and it reminded me that I had to send him that link. I was like, oh yeah, he asked for that link for Kindmaster, so I was able to send him that link. So I was like, hey.
nice.
But
Yeah, no,
I had a blast on Wednesday.
I just re-uploaded that, or I not re-uploaded, but I uploaded that episode this afternoon
okay.
when I was over at Kevin and TJ's. I took my laptop over and uploaded it and shared it out and that whatnot. I put it on Facebook and I put it on Twitter. I haven't shared it out yet, but it's up and posted. So, but I was also saying, I'm sure that you have. Where in the fuck is Pops? Where is anybody at?
Well, I actually have my movie of the week, and it's
I was
actually
just going to say, you had a movie last week.
Well, I didn't have one on Saturday, obviously, because we didn't go, and then I didn't have one yesterday or Wednesday because Rob was here. So I've been sitting on the same movie for all that time because I actually saw the trailer for it on YouTube. It is called Percy versus Goliath, and it's actually got stars Christopher Walken.
Okay.
Christina Ricci's in it, and Zach Braff.
Interesting.
And it's actually about a farmer that he's what is known as a seed saver, which means most farmers when they plant their crop, they use their combine, pick it up, and go drop it off, and then the next time they're ready to plant, they go buy more seed from a company. Well, this farmer saves his seeds each year, and then just he figures out, okay, this combination of whatever I did worked, so we'll plant this one because it's stronger and it's going to last. And it's a big conglomerate that's a real conglomerate. It's based on a true story. I can't remember the name of it. It's a GMO company. They make GMO seeds, where they mess with the design or whatever, plant DNA, so to speak, and make it stronger and what? And some of their seed ended up in his field in the year prior. And they're like, you need to pay us like $10,000. He's like, dude, I ain't got 10 grand. I'm a small farmer. And Zach Braff plays his lawyer, and he's like, well, we can take him to court, but I don't advise it. And he's like, let's go to court. And it actually became a big case. Like I said, it's a true story. Amazing movie. It's not on Netflix. It's not on any streaming site that I found, but it did come out in 2020. So it should be out somewhere.
Where did you find it to watch it?
I have websites that I use that are not necessarily legal. I actually watched it on WatchSeries .hd. WatchSeriesHD.com.
There you go.
And the only reason I found the trailer on YouTube, if you put in Percy versus Goliath on, it's based on a true story. Zach Braff is genius in it. Well, he's genius in everything, but he plays a lawyer. He's got like a limp, and it unfortunately, the one thing that kind of threw me off is it took place in Canada. So
yeah,
you see him in court, and I'm like, that's not how court is done, because it's Canadian court, so it's different. And I was
fucking Canadians.
It's a little disconcerting because they don't say Your Honor, they say My Lord, and I'm like, no, this is not medieval times, but it's a really good movie. Fucking amazing, excellent, loved it.
Yeah. So Percy versus
Goliath, starring Christopher Walken. If you go, like I said, go onto YouTube, pop it in, Percy versus Goliath. the trailer is what's it called? Like fuck, I gotta see this movie. And the fact that it's based on a true story, and the fact that, well, I don't want to give away the spoiler, but if you can literally look up the guy's name, the real guy's name is Percy. Oh my god, I can't pronounce his last name. Schmeiser? Schmeiser.
Hmm.
But if you look it up, he goes up against, I can't remember the name of the company. It's based on a 1998 lawsuit. He's a small town farmer. It doesn't say the name of the conglomerate that he goes up against. But it's a real conglomerate. You know, I mean, they don't change anything to save the innocent company. But it basically stopped the case that he eventually took to the Supreme Court of Canada, which means it's, you know, like traffic court, actually stopped GMO wheat. So all the wheat that you and I eat and bread and whatnot is non-GMO because of this case. Which is, it's extremely interesting. It's almost has like a documentary feel in a form of storytelling. Amazing movie. I loved it.
Huh.
Christina Ricci plays
Pops? Of course. There it is.
Well, she plays I watched it because Christopher Walken's a genius.
You watched it because Christina Ricci was in it.
But when I found out Christina Ricci was in it, I was like, I'm watching this fucking movie tonight. And I watched it while I was sick. Because unfortunately, all I could do with COVID was sit there and watch fucking TV in my room. And like I said, my wife was out of town. I was like, fuck it. I got nothing to do. I'm going to watch this fucking movie. So, genius movie.
Huh.
Well, Christina Ricci's character plays she's kind of like a social justice warrior she's like a vegan shit. You know, kind of, yeah, almost annoyingly so. But it's Christina Ricci, so I let it pass. I'm like, yeah, whatever. You can do whatever you want, honey.
Yeah, whatever you want.
You just sit there and look pretty. I don't care.
This is the dumbest fucking movie ever, but I'm gonna say it's awesome because you're in it.
No, actually, in all seriousness, take her out of it, and it would be the same movie, but it's a good movie.
No, nice. You got a job to do, Pops, and you're at my aunt's house. What the fuck?
Goofing off.
Yeah, they left my house hours ago, and they're still over at my aunt and uncle's. Oh, Lord Almighty. Well, I mean, if you're into those kinds of movies, you probably like it. I mean, you're probably the same type of person that like Aaron Brockovich or whatever would like that type of movie. It sounds
exactly. It's very Aaron Brockovich. It's the little guy going up against a big company.
Yeah. To me, it sounds incredibly boring. But
it is a little bit slow, but shit like that, you know, that's based on a true story about the little guy. Fucking love him. You know, it's a whole underdog story.
Fuck the little guy. Because one day I'll be the big guy and I'll step on the little guy and be like, fuck you, you little pussy.
Step on his neck and you hold that shit down, motherfucker.
If you want to get to where I am, work for it. Don't try to take me down.
You know the old saying, there's an old quick story of speaking of the big guy and the little guy. This guy's working this guy's working at he's washing cars for this big company. And the boss pulls in a brand new Ferrari. And the boss hands him the keys and says, can you give it a quick wash up real quick? He says, yeah, sure, no problem. He says, boss, this is an amazing, beautiful car. He says, you know what? You're right. It is a beautiful car. If you work super hard, one day I'll buy another one.
Yep.
That's the big guy right there.
Oh my God! I made the statement that Pops had a really good top 10 tonight, but I feel like as good as his top 10 is going to be, I'm going to have to cancel him.
Top 10 reasons why not to drive a Ford Dually.
He says the guy who was like, I gotta have a car that goes 0 to 400 in 1 second.
Don't get me wrong. I love a Dually. I hate a Ford.
Yeah.
You give me a Dodge Dually, I'll be all right. But I prefer a Chevy.
Mm.
I plan to build me a Dually. I can't import them. How crazy is that? I could import a fucking train into Mexico if I had the money. Train, plane, bus, whatever. But a dual axle or a dual rear wheel pickup cannot be shipped for pickup style. Like, I don't know. It's the weird rule. Like a box truck, not a problem. But your Pop's truck, no.
Yeah. It's probably so much cheaper and so much easier for you to just buy a dually rather than build a dually.
They don't sell them here.
Well, you can't get one imported either, so you're not going to fucking build one. Sounds like you're SOL, my little friend.
No, you take the rear axle. You buy a 3,500 truck, and you take the rear axle off of a dually box truck. Slap that bitch on there. Yeah. New bed sides, you're ready to rock.
You take a regular axle, and then you take 2 more wheels, and you duct tape them to the other wheels, and then you got a dually.
There's a company here. I got to tell you this. There's a company here called Copel. Okay, Copel sells.
You can't afford shit either. Your
Copel
wife
is
affords it. Punk ass.
Copel is a fucking store that you go in and you buy stuff on layaway, right?
Fucking play with me. Yeah, we've talked about
crazy. That. They have these Nissan pickup trucks, and then they built a van trailer like on a semi truck, right? Yeah, and then they build their own dually trucks out of these Nissan pickup trucks, and that's how they do deliveries. It's hilarious. Nice. They're like miniature semi trucks, but it's a Nissan was it NP300 front end. Yeah. So it's like the Nissan hard bodies. It's fucking hilarious. But fucking cool, and I want one.
Well,
but I've seen how they make their dualies, so I'm gonna make one.
Speaking of dualies, and small dick mentality.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and try to get Pops in here so he can do his top 10.
We can do it.
Then I can kick his ass out.
Yeah.
Here's a towel. Clean yourself up.
Dirty towel ready.
Well, supposedly he's at my aunt and uncle's. So I don't know how well this top 10 is. It's a good top 10. I just don't know how well it's going to go because I'm sure they're probably all drinking.
Yeah, they'll be hooping and hollering in the background. We're on TV. Like, not really. Just because YouTube is on TV doesn't mean you're on TV. Yeah, calm down.
TV. we're on Chris's famous podcast. Shut up.
We're not famous. We're infamous.
Yeah. Right? Oh, speaking of infamous, your phone's sideways, Dad.
Is it? Fuck.
There you go.
Fixed?
Oh God.
Oh, I was talking about Pops.
Yeah, Pops. Pops' internet or service is trash.
Oh, yes.
He's glitching about. Yeah. Don't they got Wi-Fi out there in Centerburg?
No. He's just see the top of his head.
I know. Fucking old people.
Oh wow, that is really bad. I'm seeing it on the TV now. Oof. What is it? 2004?
Yeah, I can't even hear him. We can't hear you.
I can't understand a word you're saying, Pops.
You are so glitched.
Yeah, it's bad out here.
It's like a 2004 webcam.
Right? It really is the first ever Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
I'm upside down. You won't.
No,
I
sideways.
can hear
Turn
him, but
around.
it's really quiet.
You're gonna have to speak up, Pops.
Uh,
Now I can see you.
I said,
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, you're fired.
yeah.
I know.
Good Lord.
I don't. There. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
you
we
have
can
to speak
barely
up.
Can you
hear you.
hear me now?
Yeah.
Stop moving your damn
I
phone
speak
around.
up.
Yeah, no shit.
There.
pull
Well,
the dick
I'm
out of your
moving
mouth.
around. Yeah. All right. Shit. Hey, when it can.
Here, let me give you your intro.
Are we ready?
We're gonna
Yeah,
suffer
get
through
the
this.
intro going. Nonsensical Nonsense
It's gonna be rough.
presents Real Men with Lack of Genius. Today we salute you, Mr. I died away for no reason. So it's your time to shine. Give us your top 10. That's still funny.
Right. All right, Pops. Stop dancing around. Hold still. What is your? Do you have your top 10?
I got my top. What the hell happened to me? Say it. All right, my top 10. Most haunted cities in the United States.
Nice.
Most haunted. That's a good. That's a good one for spooky season, which we're in right now. Pop's top 10 most haunted cities in the United States of America. Number 1, Sydney, Australia. Did Jeff put this list together? All right, what do you got, Pops? Now that you froze and disappeared.
I froze.
Oh, this is rough.
Don't tell him he froze. He'll freak out. You scare the technology into him.
He is. He's froze. Pop, your connection is horrible.
Yes,
You're
really bad.
glitching out something fierce.
I know. We
think
might
I
just
Wi-Fi
have to
out
make
there.
it a phone call.
All right. Just send me your top 10. I'll do your top 10.
Yeah.
We can't hear. Hold on a second. I'm going to invite
Email
you.
it to nonsensicalnonsense@gmail.com.
I can't. Like, it is so bad.
That is really bad. That is like, seriously, like 2004 webcam. I remember buying my first webcam thinking, wow, I can actually see people, but
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, no, like I was.
Remember video calls back then? I mean, that was like, you'd be like, show me your boobs. And I'm like, I think that's a boob.
What the hell? Oh God, what did I do? Okay, there we go. Yeah, no, I was actually really stoked because, like I said, Pops and Joe were over here earlier today,
Right.
and I asked him. I said, "Hey, you gonna be around for? You gonna be able to do the top 10 tonight?" He was like, "Yeah, I got it." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And he's like, "I got a really good one." And I was like, "Oh, do you?" And he said, "Yeah, top 10 most haunted cities in the United States." And I was like, "That's fucking awesome." I mean, considering it is almost
It's
Halloween.
and you're a fucking horror nut.
Yeah, I'm so. Joanne sent it to me. All right, no worries, Pops. I don't know if you guys are still listening. The service was horrible.
Oh my god,
it was really bad, and we just were not going to be able to get through that.
Well, not only that, I could barely hear him. I was sitting here covering my ears so I could actually hear well.
Yeah, well, he was freezing up and everything else. Don't worry.
Yeah, not a big deal.
I will slide. I will slide in for Pops tonight, which I was already prepared to do. I had a different list, but I was already prepared to do. But I like this list. I like this list better. So,
Okay.
Pop's top 10 most haunted cities in America. Number 10, Portland, Oregon.
Well, that's okay because Portland's a bunch of weirdos, anyways.
Well, the reason for that, this is true. I mean, they're proud to be weirdos out there. Like they have signs, yeah, they're proud of it. Portland, which I always forget about this. They have the there are several fault lines under the under Portland, Oregon, which is also situated on the Columbia River.
Oh, okay.
To make it a perfect haunting ground, mainly because they say like water and electricity and blah blah blah.
Certain things bring the spirits out.
But one of the things in Portland that they had were what they called Shanghai high tunnels, where travelers would stay in hotels or they would be at bars or whatever, and they had trap doors. So they would drop the hatch door. The traveler would drop down to a tunnel underneath the hotel room or whatever. They would kill them and rob them.
Nice. I was thinking the exact opposite. I was thinking like, so when you're fuck around on your wife and she knocks on the door, you just jump in the trap door and get the fuck out of Dodge.
No,
he's not here.
Well, that's where hence the Shanghai, because that's what they say when you Shanghai somebody, you blindside them and whatnot. So,
right.
And then number 9 on the list is San Francisco, California.
I've been to San Francisco. I was not impressed.
I bet you were. Fairy?
I was 9.
Yeah, either way. But much like... Got it. Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
Yes.
Much like Portland, they've got the fault lines in the water working in their favor. The Cameron House and Chinatown, which once was a hiding place for immigrants to escape the brutality of the police, was burned down with people inside of it. Some say they remain trapped there, even turning up in photographs now and again.
That would be dope.
The Golden State Park is supposedly a police officer is said to roam the Golden State Park, and a former headmistress. You got the Queen Anne Hotel and Alcatraz, which obviously, not to mention the fact that
I actually did the tour of Alcatraz, and it was it was like it was an audio walk, so they give you like a Walkman with a tape, and as you walk around, they're like, you're now reaching at cell 114, blah 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 blah, and this is said to be haunted by if you stare at this angle and all this shit, and I'm like, wait, what? I'm 9 going, Jesus Christ.
Cell 114 wants to house Al Capone. Cell 223, the Bird Band of Alcatraz.
Yeah, that is actually my grandparents took me because my grandfather, my step grandfather, he born and raised. Well, he lived in San Francisco. My grandmother married him. I want to say in it's like 90. No, not even 90. It was like 88, something like 88, 89. And since most of the family was from Ohio, every summer another kid would go spend the summer with grandma and grandpa.
Would go missing in San Francisco.
Yeah, pretty much. But
our family used
the one thing I found funny was like, my grandmother, if you count the adopted kids, there was 10 kids in total. Each one had at least 2 kids. So they had probably been to Alcatraz so many times, they were like, we don't need the fucking tape this time. We can tell you, we've heard the fucking tape,
Well, just because I'm a nerd, that's how I was with Charleston. Yeah. But anyways, so number 8. It's not really much of a shocker here. Chicago. Chicago is number 8 on the list of most haunted cities in America. But Chicago, where gangsters and Confederate soldiers once roamed, sits on several fault lines as well. You're starting to see a trend here, Jeffrey?
So yeah, there's a little bit of a pattern here.
Yeah, right. Several fault lines as well as Lake Michigan, which makes it a perfect corridor for the paranormers. Words are hard. I got to read later on tonight too for stories.
Jesus.
Gangsters used to like. I did say that right. That don't sound right. Gangsters used to like to dump the bodies here, and some say you can still hear the screams from Clark Street Bridge. The Clark Street Bar near the site of the former warehouse where Al Capone's notorious Valentine's Day massacre took place is also to be haunted. Al Capone has been getting a lot of time on our show, and I've got another Capone. I've got a Capone story tonight too.
Nice.
Which I think you'll get a kick out of. I was kind of reading it over, and it's pretty cool. But also, there were over 6,000 Confederate soldiers buried at Oakwood Cemetery during the Civil War, and strange figures have been reported there. If you're traveling on Archer Avenue, beware the famous vanishing hitchhiker. Since the 1930s, men driving northeast on the road have reported picking up a female hitchhiker, which every state, every town has that story.
There's like, 25 songs and stories about shit like that.
Yeah.
Red Sylvine does a song. It's not really a song, but it's basically Red Sylvine didn't actually sing. he talked to music, but he tells a story called Phantom 309, which is basically the same concept.
Alan Jackson did a song, Midnight in Montgomery, where he picked up the ghost of Hank Williams Sr.
Well,
that's a great song, by the way.
Really fucking...
Now I want to hear that song.
I know. I want to listen. Makes me want to listen to Red Sylvine.
Well, if you got after show, much like Robert Cross did The Crossroads, where he did the song about how he met the devil and sold his soul.
Yeah. But no,
anyways.
Like, they did that in, like, Pee-wee's fucking Big Adventure.
Tell him Large Marge sent you.
Large Marge sent you.
And she was like, that was such a good movie. Oh man, I've got to watch that movie again now. I haven't seen that movie in years.
I've yet to see the new one.
I don't want to see the new one. That original, man. That original movie was so good.
Big Adventure. That cracked me up, man.
Yeah.
It always was good.
Oh my gosh.
Tell them Large Marge sent you.
But yeah, I mean, obviously that story.
The hitchhiking ghost. I mean, it's either the ghost or the trucker or something. It's that story's been told like 10 million times.
Yeah, much like Crybaby Bridge.
Ghosts apparently like to travel.
Yeah, much like Crybaby Bridge. Everybody's got a Crybaby Bridge story.
Yeah.
So,
what's Crybaby
but anyways,
Bridge? I don't know that.
Let me finish this. Let me finish this up for Chicago, and then I'll touch on the Crybaby Bridge thing.
Okay.
But since the 1930s, men driving northeast on the road have reported picking up a female hitchhiker, often described as blonde hair, blue-eyed, Hitler's ideal person.
Yeah.
And wearing a white party. Yeah. Of course.
I every time I pick up hitchhiker, I say the same thing: ass, gas, or grass, baby. No rides for free.
So ass, grass, or gas. Ass, gas, or grass. I got a full tank of gas. I don't smoke grass, so you know what that means.
You better start sucking.
Yeah, right.
Like, you know what? I'm good. Large Marge. You know what?
Hey, you know what? You said start sucking. That might be a good sucking. If she's just like, blah, 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 blah. It's like the orangutan and the banana.
I got Coke group come through it. Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so she asked for it to be taken to a certain location, and then steps out of the car and vanishes, or take her to the house, and then you go knock on the door, and her mom answers, and she's like, "Oh, well, that was my daughter, and she died in a horrible car accident."
And what's worse is that mother's like, every fucking Tuesday.
Corey Hunter said, "Naughty." I'm sorry, Corey. Is this your first time in our podcast?
Welcome to the show.
We do apologize. We're terrible human beings, but we're awesome. We're good people.
But yeah, I mean, it would get. That's like that. Knock on the mom's door, and it's like every fucking Tuesday.
Yeah, right. I wish that whore daughter of mine would just fucking
Just
go
pass
somewhere
on.
else.
Follow the light, you stupid bitch.
Jeff Corey Hunter said that she's known you since you guys were puppies.
Oh yeah.
Did
Corey.
she go to the career center?
No, yeah, she was in cosmetology.
Oh, I
Chris?
know who Corey is.
Yeah, Corey. Chris is. He was in building trades with me.
I know who she is. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I know who she is. Okay, yeah. But anyways, so the Crybaby Bridge thing.
She was one of the ones. No, she was in our grade, but when we got our hair dyed, I was hoping. I used to have a big crush on Corey, but I was hoping she'd be the one doing our hair, but it wasn't. It was a senior class, so whatever.
Yeah. I think I'm pretty sure I know who she is. So I don't sound like an asshole. I'll have to ask you, Jeff. You have her initials on your leg.
That's right. I forgot about that. I do. They're on my knee.
Oh well, okay, fair enough. But to touch on the Crybaby Bridge before we continue the top 10 list, Pops' top 10. The Crybaby Bridge. I mean, the story is usually the story varies, but it's usually typically a mother who either the husband left her and she threw her baby into the river off of a bridge and the baby drowned, and then she killed herself, or sometimes there's a witch involved, sometimes it's a murder-suicide, whatever.
Okay.
But if you go on the bridge at night, you'll hear the baby crying, and then you'll see the mom. But every state, every town, sometimes it involves if you park your car at a certain time and shut the engine off and turn the lights off, the car gets pushed type deal.
Oh.
And I'm going to ask you about the initials.
It's actually really simple. In seventh grade, I had a thing for Corey, and I carved her initials in my leg with a razor blade.
Interesting. See, Joe knows what I'm talking about. Joe said, Crybaby, where's your baby?
There you go.
And that's one of the things. Like, you're supposed to do certain things and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like the Candyman thing. Say it 5 times in front of the mirror, which I'm still too pussy to do.
let's do it together. Let's do Bloody Mary together.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Come on, let's do it.
I'm never drunk enough.
We'll do it live on the podcast.
Yeah.
We can do Bloody Mary together.
There you go.
I've done it before. I'll smack that bitch right in her mouth. I ain't worried.
My son literally went and grabbed a mirror. This prick.
Number 7. My where I call home. The only place that one of the few places I've been truly happy at. Charleston, South Carolina.
Nice.
Which is actually they have dropped down on the list.
Aww.
Charleston is one of those good old southern cities where so much history, from the Civil War to pirates and voodoo, the ghosts never want to leave. Plus 2 rivers run through it, providing liquid fuel for the ghostly fire. Plus Charleston has one of the largest fault lines in the country. It's just inactive.
Seen a pattern here. This whole
really, Corey?
Where
are you at down in South Carolina? I used to live in Charleston.
She just moved, but if I don't recall,
it doesn't mention the fault line, but just from living down there and knowing the history and everything like that,
right?
It does have one of the largest fault lines in the country that runs through there. It's just inactive. Okay, I know where Bamberg is.
That's the fucked up thing about fault lines, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, you got the Ashley
River. Fucking thing to worry about.
Yeah, but so you got at Boone Hall Plantation, which I used to live right down the road from. No, wait, yeah. You got the ghost of a Civil War soldier has been spotted, and it looks like he's trying to remove a bullet from a fallen comrade. At the brick house in the 13th step, legend has it the ghost of scorned lovers linked. Brick House is a restaurant now. Yeah, when I lived down in Charleston, we had a pretty big one down there. That was it was pretty crazy. So she's in Somerville, in Somerville, I don't know. The downtown area known as the Battery, which we kind of touched on this, was an artillery installation during the Civil War. Guests at the Battery Carriage House Inn, which used to be a customer of mine, may find their room already taken Some male guests have reported waking to seeing a man standing by their bed, while some female guests have reported a male ghost in their bed.
Rubbing one out.
and I'm reading this. Dock Street Theater is also said to have 2 eerie visitors from the past. The ghost of actor Jonas Brutus Booth, the father of Lincoln's assassin, John Wilkes Booth, and the ghost of a prostitute locals called Nettie. I do know Nettie. Well, I don't know Nettie. In all, there are more than 20 places thought to be haunted and sure to send a tingle up your spine. So on the Charleston note, just for a minute. I would love
to see a ghost, but I would shit my pants. I guarantee you.
Not to sound crazy, I won't touch on that base. But onto the Charleston, the Battery Park. They used to have cannons at the Battery, which was to defend Charleston during the Civil War and whatnot. But also at Battery Park is where they would try and hang pirates, like I told you.
Oh, right.
And they left the pirates.
Very Pirates of the Caribbean. Ye Pirates be warned.
They left the pirates hanging there.
Right.
And now I've got a really bad echo. Okay, I think it went away. But they left the pirates hanging there until essentially they rotted and just fell from the ropes. But it said that if you go there after midnight and you take change in your hand and you jingle it, you will hear a whisper in your ear from the pirates. Not to mention the cemeteries, because Charleston
always got to be at like midnight and shit. Why can't you do it like noon on a Wednesday? You know,
it's it's after it's after midnight. Plus you got the Charleston's are called the Holy City because of the amount of churches, and I swear to Christ, there's about 6 churches on every corner in downtown Charleston. It's insane. So a lot of the cemeteries are haunted. I could do a whole episode just on Charleston alone in the history. One of the places that they did not mention was Middleton Plantation, which was 3 plantations owned by the same family. And the one son, during the Revolutionary War, at one point, he pretended to be a British sympathizer.
Mm-hmm.
And you come on off the ocean, and you could come in off the Ashley River and come to his plantation. And you could basically come in almost undetected. And he held a party for the British as he claimed to be a sympathizer.
Fucked them up.
And he had all these British soldiers and different British people of importance and whatnot, and got him in there. And they completely, dude, they did some terrible, horrible, disgusting shit to him.
Yeah.
And then he actually, on a political trip to DC, disappeared. Nobody knows what happened to him.
Oh, shit. Somebody fucking got his ass.
Yeah, nobody knows what. Yeah, nobody knows what happened to him or anything like that. But the plantation is said to be super stupid haunted. And I've been to all 3 plantations.
I was going to say, living in Charleston, there's obviously nothing. There's obviously never nothing to do.
Well, because
it's 2:00 in the morning. Let's go to the park and rattle some change around. Fuck it.
Well, and you had the old jail, which I didn't even mention there, which was one of the first jails to publicly or execute a female prisoner. Her and her husband did basically the Shanghai thing. They owned an inn, and when travelers would come in, they would murder them and steal all their stuff, and they were tried, and she was convicted and killed. And before she was hung, she basically cursed the jail. She's supposedly still there, not to mention other ghosts and everything.
If I'm ever executed, I'm like, I cursed this place just to fuck with people. I think white guy cursed this place once.
Yeah, I think you're right. Corey. Corey said that she thinks SC still has a firing squad.
Nice.
But I could go on for days about South Carolina. But anyways, number 6 on the list, one of our favorite places to tell news stories about.
Oh, Florida.
St. Augustine, Florida, which I think is in the general vicinity. I think that's where Summer and I are getting married.
That's one of the first cities in the U.S.
St. Augustine is the nation's oldest city. and has a long history and reputation for being haunted. Yeah, I think that's where Summer and I are getting married at, to be honest with you.
I went there cheerleading nationals.
Queer.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? You know what? Me and 9,000 chicks, I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there we go. Joe verified. That is where Summer and I are getting married at. Thank
There
you,
you
Joe.
Good thing for the groom
to know. Joe has earned herself a job on the show. She is our fact checker.
There you go, fact checker.
Joe the fact checker.
She's over here Googling shit.
But long history and reputation for being haunted, not just because of its history, but also because of its geography. There is a lot of limestone, which is porous, letting water and spirits pass through. Doesn't say anything about a fault line.
That we know.
One of the most famous haunts is in the Castillo. Hold on, I can do this. Castillo di San Marcos, a star-shaped fort where the spirits of soldiers and a love triangle. Menage nasty.
Yeah.
Oui.
I think I've seen that movie.
I think I've seen a lot of those movies. But a love triangle past may still roam. A colonel's wife was apparently having an affair with his chief officer, and when the colonel found out, the lovers were never seen again.
That's fucked up.
Years later, they found the bones in a dungeon. And to this day, some people still see the ghost of the woman, Dolores, and smell her rose-scented perfume. The very perfume.
When you said smell, my mind went dirty. And I was like, damn.
Still smell her coochie. But it is also said that if you put your ear to one of the walls, you can hear the sound of battle and blood-curdling screams.
Those are moaning.
Yeah, those are sexy sounds.
those are sounds of joy.
Yeah, the St. Augustine Lighthouse is a world famous haunt where a former caretaker is said to roll its spiral stairs along with two children.
I love that you just walk away and expect us to hear you perfectly.
You can hear me just fine. Shut up.
Just barely.
Don't worry, it'll pick up. I had a fried chicken, man. What do you want from me?
Yeah, I figured as much.
I've been drinking since 3 o'clock this afternoon.
I'm just saying.
I was trying out your gimmick and being the disappearing podcast. So number five.
Anything important?
Shut up. I got this. Jeff, get your mind out of the gutter, said Joe.
Yeah,
we were talking about technology from the 70s and laughing. Apparently, my aunt and uncle and dad and Joe are talking about 70s. Corey said, all I heard was Lighthouse and fried chicken.
Yeah.
So
ask him
the
what
Augustine
fried chicken means, Corey. Trust me, it's funny.
The St. Augustine Lighthouse is a world famous haunt where a former caretaker is said to roam its spiral staircase along with two children who may have died there. This one is number 5 on the list. Is a little bit of a soft spot for Joe because she used to live down there. San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, Texas.
Come on now. We got right to bear arms. We got what the hell do we open carry down here? We still have shootouts at the OK
We all have. Let's go Biden. Let's go Brandon on our
yeah. And now Texas hates us because you just said everybody in Texas has
fucked it up.
Come on, man.
No, you know what's fucked up? Man. I'm sitting here staring at my TV with that full minute delay, and somebody walked by me, and I looked. And I'm like, where did they go? And I forgot there was a minute delay.
So we got San Antonio, Texas. After St. Augustine is San Antonio. as one of the oldest cities in the U.S., and ghost stories have been floating around about for hundreds of years. The Alamo, the site of the famous battle between the Mexicans
Yeah.
and them Texans. Oh, goddamn Texan troops. We gonna whoop them Mexicans. Boy, I tell you what. But
I still haven't finished that fucking movie. I've tried to watch it 3 times. I can't. I still keep falling asleep.
It's a good movie, man. I'm telling you.
I know.
But you got the Alamo. Yeah, so you got the Alamo, the famous battle between the Mexican and Texan troops that claimed the life of Davy Crockett, man.
Yeah. Davy
Crockett.
King of the Wild Frontier. He became a senator. You know that?
Yeah, right. Davy
crazy.
Crockett has seen many deaths. Oh, wait. Claiming the life of Davy Crockett has seen many deaths, and some still claim to see apparitions patrolling the roof and hear prisoners moaning. He was having all kinds of good sex in the prison.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is just prison sex. That's not moaning.
Yeah, that's just prison sex. They yelled surprise. It was okay.
Yeah.
But many buildings along the Riverwalk are said to be haunted, including the Alamo Street Restaurant and Theater. Former actress Margaret Gething is said to watch performances from the balcony in a long flowing dress. A young boy named Eddie is said to bang around the kitchen and enjoys playing pranks. Eddie seems like an asshole. A section of railroad tracks. Yeah, right. A section of railroad tracks just south of San Antonio, near the San Juan Mission. Hey, that's your girl's man. Yeah. Juan. Orderly's on you. I'm here to do a missionary tonight, they say. We're never going to get through this fucking top 10.
I know. This is like 3-hour top 10.
Okay, Pops is way better at this than I am.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oddly enough, he does keep us on track.
So the San Juan Mission is said to be haunted by the ghosts of children who were killed more than 50 years ago when their bus stalled on the tracks. Holy shit.
I think I've heard that story.
Yeah, well, that's another one of those
stories. You know.
Yeah, the train tracks children.
That's the story from Black Dog, for fuck's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Swayze movie.
Yeah, that's a good movie. Any movie with Patrick Swayze.
I just watched that movie. I love that dude. I miss him.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, R.I.P. Patrick Swayze. If you want to come haunt me, I'd be perfectly fine with it.
I'd be okay with it. Because
we'll
sit up all night and shoot the shit about all those movies.
Yeah.
I've seen
Roadhouse.
Oh, speaking of, I have something to bring up when we're done with the top 10. Don't let me forget Patrick Swayze and Meatloaf.
Okay, gotcha. So, anyways, yeah, the railroad track where children were killed because their bus stalled on the track. It is said that any car that stops near the tracks will be pushed by unseen hands across the tracks to avoid a similar fate, which, again, a lot of towns, a lot of states have that same similar story.
I think it's just because a lot of dumb people try to cross the tracks when the train's coming, but, you know.
Corey, I would not be mad if he did that as a ghost. She said he will sing She's Like the Wind in My Ear.
Yeah, I'd be okay with it. I'm not a huge fan of that song, but I'd be into it.
I love that. Yeah. I love that
sing
song.
Sing me to sleep, Patrick. Fuck yeah.
I love that fucking song. Yeah, singing it. As long as he's not singing Henry VIII, I Am.
Oh my God. We're good. And as long as Whoopi Goldberg is a good 5,000 miles away, I'm okay.
Right. Demi Moore can come. Demi Moore's allowed to come with him, but she's still alive, so that would be cool.
Yeah.
Number 4 on the list. Not a shocker. We've actually talked about this city that I do want to go there.
Hmm?
New Orleans. New Orleans.
Fucking
has voodoo and slavery in its root. And
pirates.
Limestone in its geography, creating the perfect Elixir. You see what they did there? Elixir.
Yeah.
I want to go. I want to go to New Orleans so bad. I want to go to Louisiana more than anything. Creating perfect elixir for the spirit world. Various wars, slavery, torture, and murder have taken place there. Nicholas says. So there is just about any type of ghostly legend imaginable. Antone's restaurant is one of the French Creole restaurants that put New Orleans on the culinary map. And proprietor Antone, yeah, we're not gonna. I'm out of respect. I'm not gonna.
Name.
I'm not gonna butcher. I'm not gonna butcher the last name out of respect.
It can't be as bad as when you're trying to do those Indian names.
Well, yeah, it might be. Alicia Tor, yeah. We're just gonna go with Antone, who opened it. This restaurant was opened in 1868. It is said to still preside over its various dining rooms. Antone is still presides over various dining rooms wearing his tuxedo.
Well, if you've ever worked in a restaurant as a busboy or a waiter, you've woken up in the middle of the night going, "Shit, does somebody need butter?"
Yeah.
So I get that. I get that why he's still roaming the restaurant.
Yeah. This story right here is one of those stories, and if you've ever watched American Horror Story, in season 3, Coven, they really a lot of this show, a lot of that season was based and revolved around this story.
Okay.
Or no, well, not so much this story, but she was in the show.
Oh, okay.
Marie Laveau, the voodoo queen of New Orleans, is thought to be the city's most famous ghost. She is buried in St. Louis Cemetery on the edge of the French Quarter. And if you need to ask her for a favor, legend has it, all you have to do is knock on her crypt 3 times. Some people leave her money, alcohol, flowers, and or other items to win her favor. And I know I fucked up her last name, but she is a big part of season 3 of American Horror Story Coven, because it is based in I cannot disagree with you on that, Corey. Season 1, season 3, Hotel are probably 3 of my favorite seasons. Let's go knock on that. I'm down. Let's go to New Orleans,
I'm down.
Joanne.
I would knock on that shit all night.
Like, go ahead, let's go to New Orleans. Let's fucking rock and roll. You know I'm down. I want to go to New Orleans more than anything.
Yes, just ask for the podcast to be super successful.
I want to. Yeah, right. You ain't lying. I want to go. I want to go to Mardi Gras, but I also want to go to New Orleans non-Mardi Gras just so I can go down there and hang out. Because, as you said earlier, I was
going to say that there's 2 different types of Mardi Gras, or 2 different types of New Orleans. There's Mardi Gras, and then there's regular season.
Well, as you said, that I'm huge into the paranormal. Love the paranormal. I love the ghost stories. I love the voodoo. I love the everything about it. I won't go into
in depth.
I won't go into depth just because I don't want to sound incredibly crazy, but that's just because. Don't mess with hoodoo.
I'm the same way with when it comes to like conspiracy theories, like JFK and shit.
Don't mess with voodoo. Don't mess with hoodoo either, Corey.
And don't mess with never date a woman with a dagger tattoo. That's just general knowledge.
Fair enough. I don't know why, but fair enough. Number 3.
They're all fucking crazy.
Number 3. Your favorite place. Salem, Massachusetts.
Oh yeah. That would be another place. Oh, speaking of Salem, they're making a Hocus Pocus 2.
I did see that.
I watch it every fucking year. I love that movie.
The kids were watching it last weekend. Salem, Massachusetts, number 3 on the list of top 10 most haunted cities in America. Famous for its vicious witch trials in the 1600s. Yeah. Salem is thought to be haunted by the spirits of 19 witches who were put to death for their alleged crimes. Some say their spirits... Yeah. It probably was. These are just the 19 most famous. Some say their spirits linger at Gallows Hill the site of their executions, while others roam elsewhere. The spirit of Bridget Bishop is said to haunt the Lyceum Bar and Grill, where she used to own an apple orchard. The spirit of Farmer Gills Corey, also accused of witchcraft, is said to haunt the Howard Street Cemetery. A sighting is considered an omen of something bad to come.
Well,
Today,
yeah,
the
you
town
just
has
saw a
become
fucking ghost. Once again, you're gonna shit your pants. That's a bad
yeah,
thing.
right. Yeah. Today, the town has become kitschy tapestry of witch tales and tours, but visitors say they get an eerie feeling when they visit some of its historic sites, like the House of Seven Gables, an inspiration for Nathaniel Hawthorne's tale exposing the witch trials his grandfather presided over as
Oh,
hypocrisy and injustice. Number 2 on the list. I've been there
Yeah.
once. I went there when we were in high school. I would like to go to Salem too. To be honest with you, Corey. Number 2 on the list, which I went to when we were at the Career Center.
Okay.
Gettysburg,
Oh yeah. I was thinking,
Pennsylvania.
yeah, that place
Obviously,
is crazy.
we know why Gettysburg is haunted.
Yeah.
Gettysburg is the site of one of the most massive Civil War battles that resulted in 51,000 deaths, and all 40 miles of its battlefield are thought to have paranormal activity. This was 51,000 deaths in
That's
3
crazy.
days.
That's
3
crazy.
days, I believe.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
you got to remember, like, if you get shot back then with a musket ball, you get shot in the toe, you're going to lose your whole leg because
I think
it pretty much just takes it off because but
yeah.
it's not
I
like
think Gettysburg.
now you get shot now you're like you might survive. Back then, if you get shot, you're dying. Period.
I think Gettysburg. Now I'm not 100%, but I think Gettysburg holds the records for most American deaths in a single battle ever.
Yeah,
and it was fought on
there's
American soil.
sides. Yeah,
it was. Well, no, it's not even that, but it was most American deaths in a battle or a war or whatever. But it was fought on American soil,
yeah,
by Americans against Americans. So a little crazy.
Not a record you want to see broken anytime soon.
No, well,
in general, I mean, regardless of the country involved.
If Gen Z has her, whatever, mind.
Yeah, well,
ghosts are said to turn up in photos taken in the town from time to time.
Glaze over that before Jeff goes crazy.
I was about to. No, it wasn't.
Like, let's go down this road now. Yeah.
I was about to do it. So, which is, is about to go down.
Well, that's why I said let's glaze over that real quick. Because, Jesus, don't get me started. You're gonna talk about getting banned.
Gettysburg is so cool, Pops. I think you guys probably remember when I went to Gettysburg.
Yeah.
Dude, we got drunk as shit in Gettysburg. We snuck. Little side story here. Speaking of Gettysburg, we snuck whiskey and beer and shit like that in shampoo bottles, body wash bottle, and they put me and 2 of my buddies in a room, and then the room next door were 3 other of our friends. So we all just hung out in our room and got fucking hammered. Yeah.
What are you doing? We're drinking shampoo.
We got hammered. It was so much fun. But anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. Let's go, Blue Jackets.
Oh, good
Columbus
Lord.
Blue Jackets. The Columbus Blue Jackets beat the Seattle Kraken in overtime.
So number
Holy
one.
shit.
What do we got for number one?
Where are we at? Number 3 is Salem, Mass. Number 2 is Gettysburg, for obvious reasons. Number 1. This is the little sister. The sister city of Charleston.
Oh, okay.
Savannah, Georgia.
Oh.
Savannah is one of the cities, the American Institute of Parapsychology. How you like them apples, Jeff?
Yeah, that's
a fancy word.
That is fancy. Also
I said
sounds
it
like
perfectly, too.
oxymoron.
Well, it sounds like shut your fucking mouth and give me credit for saying that word perfectly.
I am. I'm just saying. But it's from Paris.
So does
which means
nonsensical.
there's somebody going, it doesn't make sense.
So does nonsensical nonsense.
I know. No, I'm saying the fact that they're from Paris and psychological, it's just two things just don't go together.
They're not from
French people are dicks.
Corey said parapsychology. They're not from Paris. What the fuck is wrong with you?
You said
paranormal. No, it's paranormal
oh.
psychology. It's parapsychology.
Oh, parapsychology.
Jesus
I thought you said
Christ.
parapsychology. I was like, that's not that impressive.
You know what?
But now that you put it together, yeah, it's impressive.
Yeah. We're gonna touch on you and your feelings about Paris when we come back from break, because you apparently feel all sorts of ways.
No, the other thing I would like to live in France just because you could smoke anywhere, because they're like, life is shit, darling. Have a cigarette. You know.
Well, they also have a rapey skunk that runs around that got canceled.
Yeah, well, it's not good at that.
Oh Lord, Jeff, you're fired. Corey fired you.
Whatever.
Corey said parapsychology is a really cool word. I just like saying it. I just want to say it. Parapsychology.
You're just impressed that you can say it without
shut up.
25 beers in.
I'm fancy. I'm fancy like Applebee's. Leave me alone.
Yeah, Jesus.
Anyways, the American Institute of Parapsychology gets the most reports about. It's the perfect combination of a deep history and a lot of underground water, which makes it a perfect place to stick around. The Mercer House was a home of Jim Williams, a voodoo practicing antiques dealer, and the main character in Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Good movie.
Yeah,
never read the book.
I've never read the book either, but the movie's amazing.
Trust me, you can't read, so I don't.
Yeah, hence why I don't read stories on the podcast.
The home is said to be haunted by the man he allegedly killed in a heated argument, though he was acquitted in 3 separate... They put this man on trial 3 times, and he got acquitted 3 times for killing somebody. He
practiced voodoo. Of course he got acquitted.
Yeah, exactly.
No jury in their right mind was like, yes, convict that motherfucker. No, he's practiced voodoo. He's going to fuck us up. They all were like, fuck that. We saw that. We all saw that fucking... What's that movie? The Devil's Advocate?
Yeah, right.
What is the prosecutor's name? What the fuck?
Yeah. What do you mean? Okay, Corey, don't go nowhere. I'm gonna ask you about that.
What's that?
Jesus Christ. Edibles, and then apparently my broster is trying to become a ghost hunter.
Nice.
Anyways, and nearby, it's whatever. After break, I'm going to ask you about that. In nearby Bonaventure. Yeah,
not so fancy now, are you?
Yeah. I was just going to say that. Fuck you, Jeff. Anyways, in a nearby cemetery, the spooky Spanish moss-draped cemetery where the famous Bird Girl statue is from the cover of the book Visitor. What the fuck? The famous Bird Girl statue is from the cover of the book Visitors Report. Hearing laughter and conversations, and a pack of ghost dogs haunt the grounds. Several ghost sightings were reported in Fort Polanski. Not Roman Polanski.
I was going to say Roman?
Yeah, no, a Civil War fort during the filming of the movie Glory. Another great fucking movie.
Good movie.
Yes. The Pirate's House restaurant, thought to be one of the inspirations for Treasure Island, is said to be haunted by a gruff sailor and a pirate named Captain Flint. And Anna Powers, a scorned lover, is said to be permanent resident in room 204 of the 1790 hotel. Visit them all if you dare. And that is the top 10 list of most haunted cities in America, brought to you by Pops. The list was sent to us by Joanne, the resident fact checker of Nonsensical Nonsense. And
might as well give them a job. They're here every week.
Right?
I
did it.
Yeah.
I made it, Corey.
You know what? The crazy thing is like I'm kind of pissed that Mancy's not on the list. Mansfield Reformatory.
Oh, well, no, it's cities. It's not locations.
That would be Mansfield.
So you have to you have to factor in everything else. Like Savannah, they only touched on a couple hot spots.
Right.
So
Corey said, "Yeah, Mansfield's on the list, but all the way down like 25 or some shit like that."
Corey said, "Yeah, you did it." Joanne said, "Congrats." Pop said, "Yeah, we made it through the top 10." Look,
about the same time that we normally do the top 10.
Yeah, actually, that's not a city. Mansfield is a city. What the fuck are you talking about, Pops?
Yeah, it's barely a city.
Mansfield's not a city; it's a country. What? How much have you had to drink tonight? But we are going to take a real quick drink.
Same difference. Or fry some chicken.
We're going to take a real quick break. Wow, this show is going places tonight.
Well, don't let me forget. I got to tell you this meatloaf story. That's genius.
So we're going to take a real quick break. I think the Reformatory doesn't get as much attention from
as it should.
Yeah, well, because of Shawshank.
Yeah, still haunted.
Yeah, it's still haunted, but that top 10 list was cities as an overall, not locations. So, much like, so, all right, so, Charleston has a lot of different locations that are haunted. Savannah has a lot of locations that are haunted, much like Pops and Joe has said, which I knew. The city was literally
the
built
in Ohio are literally scattered all over Ohio, though.
Yeah,
so it's not like one city.
The city was literally built on the dead. They literally built that city on cemeteries. Because there are a bunch of unholy heathens in Savannah.
I was going to say that's some serious cold shit. Like, we're going to put a shopping mall right there. I'm like, sir, that's a graveyard. I don't give a fuck. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's your money.
But where Charleston, if you go down like downtown Charleston, there's a lot of cemeteries or graveyards or whatever you want to call. But they're sacred. This, that, and the other thing. New Orleans has stories for days.
Oh yeah,
about haunting Salem, Massachusetts,
and the fact that Salem and all the places they're older than dirt.
Yeah,
dirt was invented.
So these are most haunted cities. They weren't locations,
right?
I agree. Savannah is a fantastic city. I was there once. I wish I could have got to spend more time there. But we are going to take a real quick break. I do want to ask Corey when we come back from break. Hopefully she'll hang out about her edibles thing. Then we got Jeff's Patrick Swayze.
Well, that's more of a meatloaf story, but okay.
Oh, Patrick Swayze meatloaf story.
We brought up Black Dog, and it got me thinking about what I just saw on YouTube the other day.
Okay. So Meatloaf, Patrick Swayze, Black Dog story, and we got What the Fuck News coming up. And in What the Fuck News, Al Capone is in What the Fuck News again.
I will fuel the jets. I'm going to get Bob out of jail.
Third time Al Capone was in the news of recent. We saved Al Capone's house. Yes, we did. Nonsensical Nonsense.
Yeah, Nonsensical Nonsense takes credit for that 100%.
We got I'm going to do the Al Capone story, and I've got a story that I've been holding on to for about 2.5 weeks now. That
which
we
is
talked
impressive
about
in itself.
Well, because we can never get to it.
Because all we do is talk all day long.
Yeah, I know. Because I know it's going to be a topic. It's going to be a good conversation.
Okay, so
piece.
Do the Al Capone and right into
yes, and we were talking about it today when I was over at Kevin's house, and everybody there stopped and was like, "Wait,
Wait,
Is
what?
that even fucking possible? And I'm like, apparently it is. So,
Okay.
so we're gonna take a little break. We're gonna do Jeff's favorite song just because I'm feeling generous tonight.
Yeah. Yes.
Where's it at?
Love me some Wicked Woman.
Yeah, there it is.
I've listened to this song
shit,
like 400 times. I am like, I think I am the reason why this song is going slowly viral.
This song
On
did not
YouTube,
slowly go viral. This song blew the fuck up.
Yeah, it's.
But we'll be right back, guys. Yeah, we'll be right back, guys. Hang out through the break. Enjoy some Blacktop Mojo with Wicked Woman.
Oh shit, Chuck! Got a bathroom key.
You got a restroom key? Got anything sharp? Something I
got some
defend myself with?
cheddar Cheetos combos.
Some hot dogs. I put them on the grill yesterday. They're pretty good.
Cheese baby. Jesus. I'm afraid.
She likes the moon, she likes the night, she likes the blood on her hands. She dances naked through the trees until her eyes go red. She whispers prayers into the wind and she communes with the dead. She throws the bones into the fire and in darkness she chants. Raise the blade above her head. As I began to bleed, she said, "Wow, a mogul in the sky, take this sacrifice. I wanna live forever, and now the spirit in the earth, give me a new birth, make me a god like you." Around the woods, 1,000 eyes look on as she stops the feast. There was a smile on her face as she watched my soul leave. Licked her lips, threw back her head. As blood ran down her chin, she said,
Hey, sir, can I help you?
Do you have any weapons of any kind? Anything to defend yourself?
Sir, this is a Speedy Mart. We have hot dogs 2 for $1. I just put them on the roller yesterday. They're pretty good.
No, man, like something sharp, something like I can stab, defend myself with.
I've got some sharp cheddar combos over there. It's kind of like a Ritz cracker pregnant with a cheese baby.
All right, well, let me just take one of these lighters and I'm gonna borrow your bug spray and can I borrow your bathroom key as well?
Yeah, bathroom key. All right. Bathroom key right there. Make sure you bring that back. And that'll be $13.62. And I'm going to have exact change, sir. We're in a coin shortage at the moment.
Whatever, man. Okay. Just that. No, I'm sorry.
"A mogul in the sky, take this sacrifice. I wanna live forever, and now the spirit in the earth, give me a new birth, make me a god like you."
shit, Chuck!
Oh shit, Chuck!
Take this sacrifice. I wanna live forever. And now, the spirit in the earth, give me over. Make me a god like you. Make me a god like you.
Ah, fuck.
Fucking love that song.
That's a great song. I love that goddamn man. You can judge me all you want.
I'm sorry. Cat
What
is one lucky motherfucker. That woman is gorgeous. Jesus, I would let her destroy me.
Right. Anyways, welcome back to the show, guys. You are listening to Nonsensical Nonsense.
As I creep on cats.
Yeah.
What do you do?
We love that. That's Jeff and I's favorite part. Pops, did you like that part with the shotgun?
Oh my god, that cracks me up. Oh shit, Chuck.
Oh
You
shit!
know what's funny? TikTok put a warning on that part.
Oh really?
Yeah, Blacktop Mojo posted it. Just that part where he comes out of the van, and he shoots him. He's like, "Oh
Yeah.
shit, Chuck!" And
Nice.
it's got a warning.
That's awesome.
Like,
But
yep.
yeah, right. Oh, strong violence. Shut up, TikTok, you pussies. Anyways, welcome back to the show, guys. As always, as we said at the beginning, I'm Glick. He's Jeff. If you're not already, go ahead and check it. you gotta. If you're gonna do that, you gotta go. Hey, Dave.
No, it's the whole Bob Smith thing. If you remember, Bob would literally have his safety glasses on and the hard hat, and he would just look at you from across the room and just. And
yeah,
funniest fucking thing I've ever seen, because Bob has that round face, and he's got that chubby face, and he'd do it, and his eyes would become almost non-existent, and it was hilarious.
Shot him in the face with the pressure washer, but lip action that you silly fuck.
A lip action shit. Oh my god.
Side lip action. Anyways, welcome back to the show.
Days on that.
Oh yeah. If you guys aren't already, feel free to follow us on social media. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, all at Nonsensical Nonsense. And if you're catching us live and you like any part of the show and you want to hear more of this dumb shit that we do, feel free to check us out on Anchor, Spotify, Google Play, or Apple Podcasts at Nonsensical Nonsense. You can get every single episode, up to 48 episodes, uploaded.
Which is impressive.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's impressive.
It really is. And we're getting listens,
we're getting listens, but most people, somebody was talking about this the other day. Maybe Rob was saying it, but it's like most people, they're like, I'm going to start a podcast. And then they do 10 episodes. They're like, I'm done. I don't want to do it no more. You know?
Yeah, it was Rob. Yeah, it was Rob.
Yeah.
Wednesday night. But go check out the episodes. Go give them a listen. Go let you know. I had the same discussion with somebody today. A friend of mine called, and he was asking me about equipment, and he's wanting to make videos. He does impressions, but he's also talking about a podcast and this. So I was giving him tips, but anyways, go check out the podcast. Go give it a listen. Let us know what you think.
Give us a thumb in.
And go give us a follow. Go give us a liking. Go give us a thumbing and a pounding.
Yes.
And if you want to email us, because
you can do so at nonsensicalnonsensepodcast@gmail.com in case you want to sponsor or maybe be a guest on the show. That would be nice because we never get any emails except for notification shit.
you just want to take over this whole thing. You just want to
just my spot.
You said give us a thumb in. You didn't give us a thumb in. You said that's my thing.
Do my pop. I have to do my lollipop pop.
Yeah, but you said it. But you said it. That's my thing. You said it.
I'm
And then
waiting
I
on
was
you.
trying to build. Then I was trying to
wait
build
on
up
you all
the
day.
email. I was trying to build up the email. I was trying to. Fuck you, Jeff. You know what? You just run the show. I'm just gonna hang out.
Yeah, you hang out.
The moment you.
Finally, I
start
master
talking
of
about-
all XFA.
On Jeff's podcast, we're going to talk about the 1963 Ford Fairlane.
Hell yeah.
Biden sucks and COVID is fake.
COVID ain't fake. I'll give you that one. I ain't giving you that one. That shit sucks, man. Jesus.
Yeah, right.
That sucked, asshole.
Corey's yelling at us. She said, "Children."
Welcome to the show again. This is normal. But I do want to tell you about my meatloaf story.
Tell me your meatloaf thing, because I want to ask Corey about the. And I feel bad because I feel like we've held her captive. She's our prisoner. She's like, I want to leave, but it's like a giant. I just watched a train hit a school bus, and I can't.
You can't walk away. You can't look away.
I just watched a train kill 100 kids, and I can't stop.
And I gotta see that head rolling down the road. We are that head. No, but back in the day when Kennedy was shot, right?
Yeah.
Meatloaf told a story the other night on some talk show, right? And Meatloaf looks old as fuck right now, right? And I was shocked. I was like, "There's no way as fuck that's Meatloaf." But he holy shit, he doesn't look like himself. But him and his buddies, he's from Dallas, so him and his buddies were gonna go. They went to the airport and saw Kennedy getting off the plane, getting in the car, and as the car was going too, one of Meatloaf's buddies went up and shook the president's hand, right?
Oh wow, President Kennedy.
Yeah, President Kennedy's hand. And Meatloaf had a what's called a provisional driver's license at the time, because his dad had died or whatever, right? And which means he was allowed to go back and forth. No, here's what's fucked up, right? They leave the airport because they were like, well, what's the point fucking hanging out here? And they were going to go catch the parade. And on the way there, they stopped to get soda at a spot. And somebody's like, the president's been shot. And they're like, shut the fuck up. That's not funny. And this guy's like, no, it's real. So they're running through the parking lot to their car, screaming out, the president was shot. And somebody's screaming out, kids, that's not funny. And they're like, no, it's fucking real. So they get in the car and they're like, hey, let's go to Parkland. That's where they're going to take him. So they're on their way to Parkland doing, normal speed limit, right? And it's a 3-lane highway. And this is the way he's telling it. He says it's a 3-way highway. And all of a sudden there's a guy standing in the middle of the road. So Meatloaf driving changes lanes and the guy steps in the other lane. So he slows down a little bit. He changes lanes again. The guy steps in front of him again. And they finally stop next to this guy. And the guy slams his badge up against the windshield. And it says Secret Service. He says, move over. And they're like, all right. So Meatloaf slides over next to his buddy. And they're driving this big old fucking Mercury. And it was a Buick Special. And they drive at, they're doing like 95, 100 miles an hour. And they get to Parkland Hospital where Kennedy is. And the Secret Service guy's like, you boys stay here. So they just sat in the car for like 10 minutes. And they're like, we should get out of the car. So they got out of the car and they went over. They got to see the limo up close. And he's talking about, you could see blood and there was flowers and all this shit. And then he actually was his buddy got interviewed on the news.
Grab some of Kennedy's brains.
I don't know. Well, he didn't say that, but he did say that, a lot of people didn't believe that they were at Parkland. And then that night they were on the news standing next to the fucking limo. And I've looked like 15 videos and I cannot find out which ones they are. But I thought it was an interesting story. But you brought up Black Dog and I was like, that's a good movie with Loaf in it.
That is pretty crazy.
It was fucking weird.
How pretty, girl.
But
Welcome.
the Secret Service agent.
I was actually just wondering.
The Secret Service agent came out and says, I'm going to give you some money because I drove your car. Mm-hmm. And Meatloaf's like, no, I'm good. And he's like, oh, I'm going to give you like $100. He's like, no, I'm good. it's a fucked up day. Let's not play this game. And the Secret Service agent goes, here's $5 for your trouble. And they took it, they ripped it into 3 pieces, and all 3 of them still have their piece of that $5 bill.
Nice. Just so you know.
Cool. Yeah.
Summer's here. She just got off work.
There she is. What's up, dude?
She's she said, "Hey, baby, I'm driving." That's why I said, "Hey, pretty girl." She also said, "Fuck off, Jeff."
Yeah.
And then she commented again, "Fuck off, Jeff."
But I'll send you the clip of the interview. It's really fucking interesting. I was like, holy shit. I didn't realize Meatloaf was that old, number one. But
no, neither did I.
He was there, dude. Apparently his brother or his buddy was one of the last normal people to touch Kennedy. How fucking crazy is that? While alive, anyway.
Even after Maryland?
No, that was way before.
Yeah, right. Oh, God, I got a fucking echo. Why do I have an echo?
I don't know.
And now it's gone away. Okay, there we go. So when you think of Meatloaf, this might be really sad on my part, but what is the first song that pops into your head when you think of Meatloaf?
Wasted Youth.
Not what I was thinking.
What were you thinking?
You didn't even pick a popular song.
No, I did not. Well, it's the song actually starts out with a poem. Yeah. And I used to be able to know that poem by heart.
This is what I thought of as soon as you said Meatloaf.
Oh, yes. Yes. Actually, believe it or not, the first movie I think of when you say Meatloaf, I think of Fight Club because he's fucking genius in it.
He's in Fight Club?
Yeah, he plays Bob, funnily enough. Which is also who I think of when we say Bob.
My first thought of Meatloaf, well, that was going to be my other comment right there, Joe. When people talk about Meatloaf, like my daughter, apparently she's got this huge crush on this kid in school that they call Meatloaf, and every time she brings him up, my oldest daughter, Bob got dead.
Yeah, Bob got shot. They killed
I've never seen
Bob.
Fight Club.
His name was Robert Paulson.
But every time she brings him up, I think of Rocky Horror Picture Show. And then my next thought when it comes to Meatloaf is 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yes, I love that song.
And I would do anything for love. But I won't do that.
That was his most popular song too.
Just want to know what the hell he won't do.
I know. What the fuck? Because I know I'll do pretty much anything.
Wow, there's a lot of things I think about when I think of Meatloaf because Paradise by the Dashboard Light is another one.
And then you got like I said, there's Wasted Youth, Everything Louder Than Everything Else.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Bat Out of Hell alone is a fucking amazing album.
I might be a bigger fan of Meatloaf than I thought I really was.
I am a huge fan.
I love Meatloaf, but I might be a bigger fan than I thought I really was.
Like out of all the celebrities that I'd be like, I'd like to have a beer with. Like I think me and Brad Pitt would get along totally, because I'd be like, you're an ass, and me and Keanu Reeves totally hit it off. But me and Meatloaf, fuck, I'd love to have a beer with that dude. I would fangirl out like you fucking read about.
When I think of Meatloaf, I think of potatoes and green corn. His songs. There he is. What's going on, Casey? What's up, brother? His songs are like rock symphonies. They really are. That's what Casey Tiger said. I was wondering where you've been,
of course,
man.
I think of him in that fluffy white shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's an extra from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Meatloaf is amazing. I actually just now us talking about it, I feel like I'm a much bigger fan than I ever thought I was.
He's got you can't name a bad Meatloaf song.
Yeah. Well, and I love that. Like I said, I love that Paradise by the Dashboard Light because they throw in the whole baseball thing and
Yeah.
Right when he's about to steal home, she's like, "Stop right there!" I can't do it because my voice and chest is still off. Well, Corey, I'm with you there. I am a Stevie Nicks fangirl too.
Oh yeah.
And when to go back to reach around when we was talking about American Horror Story, when she showed up in Coven, I was like, "Oh!"
Chris started playing with himself. Oh baby, oh mama.
I love Stevie. I love Stevie. She's an amazing artist. But anywho, I did want to ask Corey. Speaking of Corey, before we go on a whole other tangent of our Ryan Reynolds episode.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't think I would become gay for Meatloaf though.
No, I'm not going to become gay for Meatloaf, but I would totally hang out and drink some beer with you.
I would totally drink beer with that dude. I'm like, you want to do heroin? I don't know. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'll drink
beer with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would totally drink beer with him and then ask him all night long to sing song.
Yeah, I'd be like, Meatloaf, let's go do karaoke, dude.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I literally just got off stage. I don't care. Let's do karaoke. We'll do all your albums.
Let's do karaoke. We'll sing Elton John.
Let's do every artist but you. You're like, wow, you're a real dick. I'm like, sorry, Beat.
well, Corey, go listen to episode 14. If you, she said, Ryan Reynolds drool.
Kevin. Yeah, we say the same thing. Episode 14, we go way beyond the line. I think this is where my mom stopped listening.
Yeah. Episode 14, Jeff and I confessed our true love for Ryan Reynolds and Kevin Costner.
Fuck Blake Lively.
Fuck Blake Lively.
And Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner, whatever his bitch ass wife's name is.
I can't remember. I remembered it. I looked it up the one day. I can't remember. Like Shirley or something.
Kevin Costner's wife is like, fuck Blake Lively too.
Because people know her.
Why do they know her, but they don't know me? But I did want to ask Corey. I know she's in the chat. She said Ryan Reynolds can't be a real person. I agree.
No, that dude's not real. He's the one good thing to come out of Canada.
Yeah, he's a fairy tale. You made the comment earlier about being expensive because of 25 beers in and you and your one edible. I wanted to ask out of curiosity, as far as edibles go, because I don't do any of that stuff. How much does edibles cost, and can you buy? Obviously, you can buy a cookie, you can buy a brownie or whatever. But as far as the gummies go, yeah, well, they've got the magic butter machine that you can buy.
Yeah,
which is weed infused butter, and then you can but like a bag of gummies or some shit. Like, how much does that stuff cost? I'm just curious. I'm gonna go fried chicken.
I don't think they're that expensive, to be honest.
Talk, Jeff. Just talk, Jeff.
I going on the whole edibles thing. I think I told you the story once before. It's a buddy of my wife and I's. He was down here on vacation. He brought me an edible cookie, and I took like a little bitty bit, and I was the happiest motherfucker on the street for like 4 hours. And it is the one and only time I had an edible. Mainly, well, no, that's not true. We went over to a friend of ours' house, and he made edibles. Jesus Christ!
Jeff, I feel like you're the type of person. I feel like you're the type of person your buddy would bring a bag of edible gummy worms.
Yeah, and not
to
tell
your
me
house, and be like, dude, only eat like 2 of these, and you're like, it's just gummy worms. I'll eat like 45.
Dude, I'll eat this whole fucking bag. This ain't shit. Smoke dog, motherfucker. I've smoked since I was 2. No. Well, as you stated a few minutes ago, we are not weed guys.
Yeah, we're not.
Like I said, I can count on both our
Just
hands.
smoke
How
this.
many times I've smoked weed, but
Yeah.
I've only had like 3 or 4 good experiences.
Well, I've literally, honestly, only smoked twice in my life, and it just made me sleepy. I mean, it wasn't like I had a bad experience. It just made me sleepy, which I guess in my case is maybe I should
Probably a good thing.
start. Yeah, maybe I should with considering
Well, the thing is,
the
you
fact
build
that I
a
don't
tolerance up of after a while, just like when you smoke cigarettes. You know, I mean,
So-
you remember the first time you had a cigarette? You know, you're like, oh my god, and then you're good for like a week. Well, you know, now we go through a pack and
Speaking
we're
of
like,
cigarettes,
yeah, exactly. But
I'm gonna do
But
this on
the-
camera so y'all don't think I'm beating my little meat.
no, he's thinking of Stevie
I'm
Nicks.
thinking of Ryan Reynolds. Thinking of Ryan Reynolds.
And Meatloaf for mom.
Ryan Reynolds.
Young Big
Covered
Marge
in-
said you.
Ryan Reynolds covered in maple syrup and Canadian bacon. Oh. I'm large Marge. So Corey said, Corey, shut up. Corey said, okay, so I get my gummies at a smoke shop
Right.
where she's at. It's like $30 for 16 edibles, but I can only handle half of one at a time. They're
Jesus.
super potent. And so
Not to call Corey
I
out,
can
but I've
make-
known this chick since what, 7th grade, and I know for a
If
fact
she's
she's
who-
smoked way more than I have.
I was gonna say, if it's who I think it is, I find it very hard to believe that you can only handle half a gummy. Corey, I'm just saying. So her $30 can last like a month. Well, just so you know, I could buy 2 cases of beer for $30 that will last me
And that lasts you a night.
and I
And
won't
then
be
they'll buy
phased.
more tomorrow.
Yeah, I will buy more tomorrow. Joe said, just smoke the damn shit and get over it.
Well, the problem with smoking it that I've found is it all comes
Okay,
down to
right.
like, I can't roll a joint to save my life.
Well, there's that too. Corey also said, I would like to say that I have 4 autoimmune diseases. Bam! Another big word in my
Yeah.
catalog. Autoimmune diseases.
Yeah, the fact that
causes
she's probably
chronic
spelled
pain.
it way better than I could also impresses me.
She is actually killing it on the spelling. I can't say these words, but
Corey's
I can
always been
spell them.
super smart.
Yeah. But she says she's got 4 autoimmune. Now I can't say it. Autoimmune diseases that cause chronic pain. I do not take pain meds. I prefer to take edibles because it loosen up my muscles.
It's natural.
Okay,
No, hey, I'm all for that. I know several people down here that don't smoke for pleasure. They smoke
Bring one
because
in, Joe.
of pain.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then Corey also said, she said, why you got to call me out like that? Because that's what we do at
That's what we
Nonsensical
do.
Nonsense.
Nothing is sacred here except for religion and politics because we try not to talk about that shit because it gets us in
if
trouble.
Jeff talks, and if Jeff talks about it, I make a tally mark for when I come to Cancun, and that's an added kick in the dick. Because I'm literally only going to Cancun. Yeah, I'm literally only going to go to Cancun to kick Jeff in the dick
And then
and
get back
eat a
on the fucking
taco.
plane and go back.
I'm gonna knock on his door while I eat a taco in Cancun, Mexico, and when he answers it, I'm gonna kick him in the dick and then just turn around and leave.
All right, deuces, I'm out. All right, whatever.
What do you mean ringing? What do you mean ringing in, Joe? No, Corey. Actually, Jeff and I have talked about that. We both are 100% behind medical marijuana. Whether smoking or eating or whatever, because I've seen what it does. I've seen what it does for cancer patients. I've seen it is insane what it can do for somebody who has Parkinson's disease. And if you don't know what Parkinson's disease is, just look at
try to get Michael J. Fox's autograph. It's like my kids. But no.
I watched a video of a guy who was so ate up with Parkinson's disease that he could barely walk. His arms were basically 100% crippled, and then
Couple puffs, and this motherfucker's running like Usain Bolt.
Yeah, you know, I'm behind it for everything, and I agree. Recreationally, to a certain degree,
weed is the one thing that you've never, not to quote Cat Williams, but you've never heard of a motherfucker overdosing on marijuana. You might have thought that dude was dead, but he ain't dead.
Yeah, Summer said she's behind everything. I'm behind recreational to a certain degree. The problem that I have with recreational is that there's a lot of fucking douchebags that just want to live in their mom's basement or live off of their wife and play World of Warcraft and Dungeons and Dragons or whatever the stupid ass card. No.
No, well, I get what you're saying.
Well, no, I probably would. No, okay, never mind. I was going to say something, but no, never mind.
No, but I mean, I'm, you know, the as I've stated before, if it doesn't hurt me, I don't care what you do.
Exactly, and Summer's often talked about, I'd smoke if I still could, or this, that, and the other thing, and I told her, I said, at the end of the day, as long as it doesn't affect your job or
your day-to-day,
affect you being a mom or your day-to-day, then have at it. It's not for me. And like I said, in all honesty, the way that it makes me tired, maybe I should look into it, considering that.
Yeah, but the thing is, it'll only cure your tiredness for so long, and then you'll have to smoke more and more. Like my problem is when I smoke is since I'm a smoker, if you hand me a joint, I'm gonna hit it like a fucking cigarette. Yeah. And I know I need to hold in the smoke and stuff, but I will smoke the entire fucking thing by myself, and then go.
Said hell yeah.
Then 20 minutes later, I'm like, fuck, I'm fucked up.
Basically, Joanne just wants to get high all the time,
apparently. but apparently I make the best pipes. I've been told that by a bunch of people.
Totally off subject. But this is for Summer. My BFF and I are friends on Facebook, just so you know. My new bestie. Well, the boutique that Summer likes, and this is a shout out for you ladies. If you like cute clothes and that aren't super expensive, go check out. We should make them a sponsor. Summer, holla at your girl and tell them to make me a sponsor.
Fuck yeah.
Chicks Before Pricks, bouquet, whatever the hell it is. Boutique. There it is. Thank you, Jeff. I can see you making your faces and rolling your eyes.
Wow. Not so fancy now. Small world fuck you up. Ding. Put down the beer.
Yes. Brian and I are friends on Facebook now. But anyways, any of you ladies who like cute clothes that aren't super stupid expensive, check out Chicks Before Pricks boutique, and tell my best friend and my new bestie Brian that I said hi. Summer ordered me a shirt that I cannot wait to get. It should be here Monday, and I'm not going to tell you what it says or what it is because it is a perfect podcast shirt.
Nice.
Summer said, "Wow, babe. Yeah, I know. I was struggling on that word."
Yeah. Damn.
Bob said, "Keep the weed away from him." Apparently, Joe and Summer are gonna get high together. I don't know. Everybody's getting high.
Since we're still early on in the second segment, let's go ahead and jump into the news because I'm curious about what this fucking story is you've been holding back on me.
Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into news.
Yes.
Where's it at, Jeff? We're gonna get a little.
I have Bob out. He's ready to fuel up. He's fueling up the jet. Where are we going?
Bob, where are we going?
Let's do our intro.
Bob.
That I worked so hard at. I'm not done with it.
Oh, Bob, fire up number 2, the short bus. Nonsensical Nonsense short bus number 2.
Yeah. Old number 2.
It's literally the old number 2.
Once again, dick and fart jokes, folks. As I told Rob, they always work.
So listen to this. Listen.
couple of stories.
You need to send me those audios so I can add them to that.
I do. So we're gonna take. Hold on a second.
That intro is so awesome.
Oh, that's you. Yeah, that's you in the background. You got background noise.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. It's because my kid came over. I wanted to tell him to turn it down. He walked over here. And he's watching stuff on the other phone.
So we got Nonsensical Nonsense number 2, the short bus fueled up and ready to go. Bob's out on work release.
Bob's he's ready to shift gears. Where are we going?
All right, let's go. We're going to, as we talked about earlier, we talked about Chicago. We talked about Al Capone. We're going to Chicago, Illinois.
All right, let's lock the doors.
Log them up. Roll them up, as they said in National Lampoon's. National Lampoon's Family Vacation.
Kids, you see them on the plate? Yeah. Roll them up.
Roll them up. Capone's belongings go for at least $3 million in an auction.
Holy shit.
Al Capone may have died nearly 75 years ago, but it's clear interest in the infamous Chicago gangster is very much alive. Here are some of his prized possessions that were auctioned.
Yes, they is.
Some of his prized possessions were auctioned off over the weekend for at least $3 million.
Damn.
The Chicago Tribune.
Was it sold in a lot or just piece by piece?
What did I tell you last week when I'm telling these fucking stories and I'm reading these goddamn news articles? Listen to the fucking article and
get a better press agent.
Where's Bob?
Go ahead.
Bob. Yeah. I need you to get me a better press agent because Jeff is an impatient son of a bitch.
We got shot at.
Oh, fuck. Well, when he gets done, let him. When Bob gets done, let him know we need a new press. We need a press agent that'll proofread the stories for us.
Yeah, no shit. Get strawberry shortcake over there.
Yeah, right. I'm glad you made it home, baby. Since you were texting and driving.
Yeah.
Anyways. The Chicago Tribune reports that Capone's family sold several of his belongings, including what was billed as his favorite gun at an auction in California, where his 3 surviving granddaughters live. How do I get into the Capone family?
No shit. I was like, what do these chicks look like? How you doing, ladies? You got $3 million to spare, I hear.
Well, not to mention the $10.75 million that his house sold for in Miami.
Yeah, no shit. So they got money.
But the event called a Century of Notoriety. Yes. Shut up, Jeff. Notoriety. The estate of Al Capone was held at a private club in Sacramento. It attracted nearly 1,000 registered bidders, including 150 who attended nearly a 4-hour-long event in person.
Good Lord.
Among the items up at the auction was a bear-shaped humidor, as well as diamond jewelry and some family photographs. The most popular item proved to be Capone's favorite Colt 45 caliber semi-automatic pistol, which went for $860,000.
Holy shit! That's an expensive Colt,
right?
You realize
and they've got a picture of
it. $50 brand new.
Yeah, well, they've got a picture of it, and it's just a black Colt with what looks like the handle looks like
pearl.
No, it's not pearl.
No,
it looks like a buck's horn, a deer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's actually, I mean, the handle is actually really cool, but yeah, it's just a Colt 45, man.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
$150 any gun store.
Yeah. So, oh shit. Oh god. What did I do?
You lost it.
So, yeah, pretty much. So the Colt 45 sold for $860,000. Most of the buyers' identities were kept private, but one whose name has been made public is Kevin Nagel, a Sacramento investor and business owner. Among the items that once belonged to Scarface Capone that he picked up was a decorative humidor that was shaped like a bear for $120,000 and an 18-karat yellow gold and platinum belt buckle for $22,500.
I want to go back to the humidor shaped like a bear.
I wish they had a picture of it, but
I was going to say, is there a picture? Because I'd like to see that. Because I'm assuming it's a humidor inside a stuffed bear.
Well, no, I don't think it's that.
I doubt it's made out of fiberglass or some shit.
But look who owned it. Exactly, Pops. I enjoyed it back in the day. Joe and Summer are still talking about smoking weed and how they're going to smoke weed together, apparently. But Capone's story is a familiar one, thanks in large part to a host of movies, television shows, and books about the mobster called Public Enemy No. 1. After the 1929 Valentine's Day Massacre, which, if you don't know what the Valentine's Day Massacre is,
it's fucked up.
Al Capone solidified himself as one of the baddest motherfuckers on the goddamn planet with what he did. Those motherfuckers knew they were going to die, but
they said, we're going to go down shooting.
Yeah. In which 7 members of a rival bootlegger gang were gunned down in a parking garage. Capone was convicted of income tax in
the only thing that could get him on was income tax fraud.
Yeah. They got him on income tax evasion.
Yeah.
In 1934, he spent 11 years locked up in Alcatraz, a federal prison in the middle of San Francisco Bay, and he died of a heart attack in 1947 in his Florida home, which we've talked about down in Miami. That piece of shit Glazer bought for $10.75 million and tried to tear it down and build a mansion. But we saved it.
We stopped it. We fucked that dude up. Said, you do it, we'll kill you.
We saved Capone's house.
Go introduce him to Capone himself.
Yes. But as his Florida home, where him and his associates were believed to have plotted the Valentine's Day Massacre.
Nice.
So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, Capone.
I don't think anything I ever owned would sell for that much money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's just kind of cool because Capone's kind of become I love
that he's back in the news. I mean, what, 100 some years later?
It's not even 100 and some odd years later. It's like 75 years later. But I mean, the thing that I think it's cool because he's kind of become a mainstay here on Nonsensical Nonsense. Yeah, we do talk about Al Capone quite a bit.
Guest somehow. We're gonna find some ghost hunters and give them.
I'm gonna go get a Ouija board and we're gonna Ouija Al Capone up, and he's gonna be a guest on the show.
And he's gonna be like, "Dude, I was sleeping." Who are these two idiots?
Bro. Yeah.
Bro,
come on, Capone. We saved your house in Miami.
Yeah, you can at least give us a shout out.
Yeah. Let me fry some chicken real quick, and
that's
I got a story for you.
That's pretty cool, though. I mean, Capone. I mean, what's that Kevin Costner movie?
Untouchables.
Yeah, that's the only reason I know that. The only thing he ever went to jail for was tax evasion or tax whatever. What's it called? Tax
evasion.
Was it evasion, or he just didn't pay his taxes, which is kind of that just goes to show how smart this motherfucker was. He was like, oh yeah, try to get me on something. Oh, I forgot about taxes. Fuck.
But the tax evasion put him in Alcatraz for 11 years.
Well, which was just kind of, I think he probably could have got out earlier if he would have gotten a really good lawyer and be like, hey, this is cruel and unusual punishment. My client's in for tax evasion. You can't. He allegedly did all this other stuff because you guys can't fucking prove it. So
yeah, that's what I want my lawyer to say. Your Honor, you're an idiot because all you got my client on was tax was tax evasion.
And you're sending him to the worst prison in the world.
Well, yeah, when he killed 7 men, not to mention all the other countless horrible things he's done in his life. This is bullshit. Like.
No, but I mean, at that point, it's alleged because they can't prove it.
Yeah,
because if they could prove it, he'd be in jail for that shit.
Yeah. Well, let's.
All right, I'm ready for the good story.
Jim. So fire up the engines in Nonsensical Nonsense 1.
Oh, we're taking the plane. Yes, that's right, folks. We have a plane flown by meatloaf-looking Bob.
I believe we're going to the UK.
Ooh. I'll pack my umbrella.
Well, a man poops out of his penis due to a rare condition.
That is a headline.
What the? Wait a minute. Hold on. What the fuck did you just say, Pops? He died of a heart attack due to completion due to 7 men, not to mention all the syphilis. No, this is what Pop said. Anyways.
Oh.
Man poops out of his penis due to a rare condition.
That gives a whole new meaning to cream pie.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. It gets better, Jeffrey.
Oh, Jesus.
A 33-year-old man pooped from his penis and experienced rectile ejaculation due to an abnormal passageway between his urethra and rectum.
Wait, this dude comes out his ass and shits out his dick.
Yes, sir.
Wow. I've never wanted to stand next to somebody at the urinal, but I'm totally down. This I gotta see. This is a movie I gotta see.
So it says
I'm not down for jacking somebody off, but I might do that for that one. This I gotta see.
Jeff's like, so I'm gonna jerk you off. But before I jerk you off, don't look
at me and don't acknowledge me.
before I jerk you off, I'm going to give you a laxative candy bar because I want to see you come out of your ass, and then after you get done, shit out of your penis.
That is fucked up.
So I was over at Kevin and TJ's, and I want to get into this story a little bit. Obviously, Summer said the fuck. Summer said the fuck, which is basically the reaction I got when I was over at Kevin and TJ's.
Which is basically the reaction to everybody's probably saying to themselves right now, because I've heard some weird medical shit.
Yeah,
but this one takes the cake.
Yeah, so I was over at Kevin and TJ's earlier, and I was like, I got this story that I've been sitting on for a couple of weeks that I'm going to bring up on the show tonight. And they're like, oh, what is it about? And I was like,
Dirty Mind just went really deep. Holy shit.
I was like, well, there's a guy who shits out of his penis and comes out of his ass. And TJ, she's a nurse. And she just looked at me like I was fucking retarded. And Kevin was like, wait, so how does that work? Like, he's not shitting like giant logs out of his ass or out of his penis.
He must seriously have the worst case of diarrhea ever, or the biggest cock on the planet.
Well, what my thought was as I told Kevin, I was like, you remember Play-Doh. And you get the Play-Doh and you get the little smasher thing, and it comes out like a spaghetti noodle.
I did not think of that.
Yeah, it's like a little spaghetti noodle.
Yeah. Okay. But okay, here's the thing that's running through my mind. As always, my dirty mind kicks in. You know those chicks are like, come on my chest or come in my mouth. Can you imagine this dude? Okay, and he turns around, he squats over her chest. She's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm going to come on your chest.
Yeah, right. Or that, or that, or she's
the first time this dude gets head,
yeah.
that poor girl, and he's like, I can't take it anymore. She's like, that tastes like shit.
It's just a little bit, right? So here's the thing.
His underwear is got streaks in the front.
Oh, what do you? Yeah. So here's the thing, Jeff. Hold on a second. First of all, blocker, Sov. What do you mean, not these guys? That sounds like Wicked G, to be honest with you. Probably. But it says a man who began to poop from his penis and experienced rectal ejaculation has to seek medical attention.
You think?
Yeah, that's the first thing I'm doing. I don't go to doctors for anything.
My curiosity is, was this like, did it just happen, or was he born that way? Yeah, go ahead.
We're gonna get there.
Because the moment, first thought,
the moment that I'm sitting here on the couch and I'm just rubbing one out, and I'm like, oh god, and I'm like, oh, why are the back of my yeah no, it's like, oh, why are the back of my boxers wet? What the hell just happened? I'm going to the hospital.
Oh, I'm going straight to the doctor. But can you imagine if you just go to the doctor and be like, doctor, I just came out of my ass, and he's like, yeah, right. Sure you did.
That's called a cream pie. Yeah, that's called a cream pie, you faggot.
Bob caught you in the shower. It's a surprise.
But it says the 33-year-old man noticed a number of medical issues over a period of 2 years. So it wasn't a lifelong thing.
Oh my God! Can you imagine this poor bastard's wife? She's like, Bob, come here. I'm gonna suck you off tonight. He's like, hell yeah, it's my birthday, and he shits in her mouth.
Yeah. Well, it says
poor woman. That's a divorce waiting to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's something. It's till death do us part, through sickness and health.
Or shit in my mouth.
You're shit in my mouth. Is that a deal breaker?
Is that a deal breaker, baby?
Says the 33-year-old man noticed a number of medical issues over a period of 2 years, such as fecal matter in urine, passing a substantial amount of urine and semen from his anus.
Corn? I don't remember eating corn.
How you doing, Kayla?
Holy shit.
When the man experienced pain in his testicles for around a week, he decided to visit a doctor. Tests showed that he had a urinary tract infection and also had a problem with his rectal wall. The doctors did a CT scan and found a gas-filled structure, which after further tests was revealed to be something called a fistula. A fistula is an abnormal passageway between a man's urethra and rectum. This connecting passage was what was causing the semen to pass from his anus and feces from his penis. The doctors ruled out possible infections such as tuberculosis and inflammatory bowel disease. And the man denied having suffered rectal.
Were you taking it up the ass, Bob? No, I swear to God.
The man denied having.
This is my friend Rick.
The man denied having suffered rectal trauma or penetration. He didn't even have abdominal surgeries. The doctors eventually found out the man had been in a 3-week coma 2 years ago after a cocaine and PCP intoxication. It was around this time that he began to observe the unusual symptoms. It was during this time that he was fitted with a Foley catheter, a tube inserted into the bladder to help drain the urine.
Right.
The medics were able to treat the man's condition. They performed a joint colorectal and urological surgical fistula repair to close the fistula. The study, which was published in the medical journal, noted the case not only highlights a rare complication of catheter use, but also emphasizes the importance of a provider mindfulness when utilizing seemingly benign therapies such as Foley catheters.
That's crazy.
So basically, the guy OD'd.
That's crazy.
So why did you just? Yes, baby, you are snacking. My bestie's wife is in the chatters box.
Oh, there you go.
Is she really? In what chatters box? On Haps or on Facebook? I seen. Oh, okay. Kayla was the one that did the clappy hands. So
okay.
Yeah. So basically, what's up? So basically, the douche canoe OD'd on drugs,
Right.
and went into a coma, and they put a catheter in him, and when they did, they busted his wall between his.
He's gonna get paid.
Maybe.
I
Probably.
would think you'd be able to sue for malpractice, like you fucking read about.
Yeah. So at the end of the day,
I wouldn't want to be in court as the victim, so to speak. I mean, like, Your Honor, I'm shitting out of my dick.
I am shitting out of my dick and coming out of my asshole.
And I guarantee that jury's like, you know what? Give him the money.
Pop said this sounds like a shitty story. Welcome to Nonsensical Nonsense.
Yeah.
How are you doing? You probably weren't quite prepared
that
for this.
The worst pun.
This is what we do.
That's a terrible pun. He who would pun would pick a pocket.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, man.
So it doesn't sound like he was shitting a lot out of his dick. It's not like he was.
No, it wasn't.
It's not like spaghetti stripes. But regardless, I mean, that dude's getting paid.
Like I said,
he can literally quit his job right now.
Well, if it was the hospital's fault, but like I said, it was the Foley catheter, which is what caused it. So
remind me never to get a catheter. Like, you know what? I'll let the blood pull up. I'm good.
I am sorry for the cursing. At this point, if I ever need a catheter after reading that story, it's not that big. Just chop it off.
Yeah, exactly.
Figure something out. I don't know.
I've seen ones in the stores online. I can get really cheap.
Can't you like go into my side and hit my bladder? I'm not a doctor. I'm not quite sure how this works, but I'm saving this story. So.
I know they got a robot that can do some shit.
I'm going to save this story, and if I ever have to give it, if the doctor ever comes in and he's like,
Mr. Glick, we're going to need to give you a catheter. Nope.
I'm going to read this story. Read this story. Can we do this another way?
Never mind, Mr. Glick. We're going to not give you the catheter. Thank you, doctor. Thank you. I promise you, you're saving yourself. Because if I start coming out of my ass, I'm going to punch you in the fucking head.
Dr. McStevie, do you want this problem? Because I don't want this problem.
Seriously, that would suck. But once again, I'm kind of disappointed because I was hoping he'd be shitting out chunks. You remember back in the day when you take a straw from the cafeteria, you spit wads. That's what I'm imagining, just in the back of a urinal.
Well, would you rather have it chopped off, or would you rather have what's going on in that story happening? Because
I don't know. That's a tough call.
Someone said, no, don't chop it off.
Attached.
In all caps.
I don't know. That's a tough call.
I do too. I like you said, I'm quite attached to the little guy.
To the little guy.
But hey, buddy, it's like Rodney Carrington. there, penis.
Yeah,
You ain't supposed to shit from there.
yeah, exactly. What the hell's going on? But can you imagine the horror on this guy's face the first time he realized he's shitting from his dick?
Oh, I'd lose my mind.
Oh
I'd
my
absolutely.
god!
Oh, dude, I would absolutely lose my
The 911
mind.
call. The 911 call that I would make. Hello, 911. Help! I'm shitting from my dick. Sir, this is not a joke. I'm not fucking kidding. Does it sound like I'm fucking kidding? I'm not trying to be
911, what's
sarcastic
your-
here, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I just came out of my
911.
asshole.
Yeah, 911. What's your emergency? I just shit from my dick.
And I just came out of my ass. It was amazing, but I don't like it. Sir, what are you doing?
I feel like I'm in the land of the upside down.
Yeah, no shit. But oh my god, this man's poor wife. Because before he realized it, I'm sure she was like, "Bob, your dick tastes kind of shitty."
Yeah. Next time you have surgery, just think. Joe said, next time you have surgery, just think what they do to you. I don't want to know what they. Well, speaking of surgery, so as I said, I was over coming to TJ's house, and TJ's an OR nurse, and I was like, I have a question for you, and I'm probably going to regret this question, but I'm going to ask you anyways. And I was like, so do you get like any like super weird or disgusting surgeries that come in? And she's like, no, pretty much everything's run of the mill, hip replacement, shoulder replacement, gallbladder, appendix, blah, blah, blah. And then she was like, vasectomies and tubes tied. And I was like, so if I ever come in for a vasectomy, and she's like, nope. And I was like, I was like, so if I ever come for a vasectomy, and she's just like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. And I was like, yeah, I can just imagine you in the OR as I'm going out.
Holding the tweezers.
All I hear is, I know these balls. I can't do this surgery.
No, you know what? I
Not that TJ has ever seen my balls, but.
No, but well, I still fear the fact that, of doing surgery, that the first thing they do is like, is he under? Yes. Okay, let's look at his dick.
I think
I'm not saying I'm the most impressive man in the world, but I know I'm not that impressive. So I don't want them. I'd be like, why is he still wearing? Why is he wearing a chastity belt that's locked? Because he knows that you're going to look at his dick.
As I'm going under the anesthesia, let's look at his dick. Oh, the little turtle went back in his shell. he's got 2 belly buttons and they're both innies.
Look how cute it is. Put it on Instagram. That's the last thing you hear. Is it's not on the gram? It's not. It's a scam. Wait, what?
Yeah. They do that. Yeah, no, they do that in the doctor's office. Well, sometimes they do. That's what TJ and I were talking about. I was
right.
Yeah,
well, actually, a buddy of mine from high school, in like freshman year, his dad was a doctor, and he said that his dad was telling him a story that, or he was visiting his dad at the hospital that they worked at.
What did he help him with a vasectomy?
No. It was
son, hold these.
His dad worked in the emergency room. And this kid came in.
Hold these.
This kid came in
Dad?
with a shower. This kid came in with a shower curtain rod stuck up his ass.
Yeah, well, that's DJ
and the doctor, like, the dad was walking behind this kid, going "fucking faggot." He's all like pissed, and my buddy was sitting there going, "Damn, that's a bad day." A bad day, Jesus.
Much like on that episode of Scrub where the dudes had the light bulb stuck in his ass, and the janitor came in, and he was like, "Well, that's a GE
12, 15, 12, 20 seconds." And the strongest part of the light bulb. I love that fucking episode.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, no, but I mean,
that dude, I would absolutely.
That's why I don't do weird shit, because I just don't want to be in the hospital going, "Why is this man swallowed a?"
Good night, Joe.
Peas,
Love you.
Know?
Yeah. No, like I said, if I ever had that issue, I would 100% absolutely.
That's gunpowder on the mouth time.
I mean, like, I don't know what I would do.
Well,
It'd be
my
like, well,
dumbass, I won't go to the like when I got COVID. It took me like 4 days to go to the doctor.
your dumbass would be like, oh, I mean, I guess this is
I'm like,
normal.
I don't like if I get sick. My wife's like, we gotta go to the doctor. I was like, I'll be fine. You know,
Well, that's me in summer. I get
Exactly.
sick and she's like, you need to go to the doctor. I'm like, I'll be
it's a head
fine.
cold. I'll be fine. I
gonna
don't go to
drink
the doctor, so I'm shitting out of my dick. I'm like, I'm not going to the doctor. I'll be all right.
Yeah.
In a couple days, it'll wear off. Let's go get me some antibiotics.
I'm shitting out of my dick. I gotta go buy a case of Budweiser.
Yeah.
That'll fix it.
Maybe if I smoke weed. But yeah, I mean, that would be holy crap. I can't. I mean, once again, it sounds like it's not like he was like diarrheaing out of his dick.
No,
Which is what I imagine. It just seems like little chunks. But once again,
that's
you
funny
know,
because that was the same thing. That was the first thing Kevin said was, is it like diarrhea coming out of his out of his pee hole?
I can just see this dude at the urinal. And, you know, you go to the urinal and this clean white urinal all of a sudden is turning brown. Like, what the shit?
Yeah. He's like, man, I got
wrong there, Bob. Damn.
Yeah,
By the way, nice dick.
you get the belly rumbles. You're like, oh man, I got to shit, and you go sit down, and you're like, you know, I don't know. I can't speak for others, but I can't really talk. It's not big enough to talk. And all of a sudden, it's like, oh, it's all over the floor. Why is it coming out of there? my balls
No,
go
but
first.
you get those moments when you're walking home from the store and you're like, oh, I gotta hurry.
Mm-hmm.
And that gives a whole new. I mean, not to mention you can't really walk and squeeze your dick together so you won't shit yourself. I would use it as a party trick, though.
You just look like you're taking a piss. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you don't have to worry about Zell coming over and going, Chef's taking a shit.
Yeah.
Nope.
But I would totally use that as a party trick, though. Like, hey, you guys want to see something cool? Why are you pulling your dick out? Why are you going to piss on my carpet? Oh, I'm not going to piss. This is going to be awesome.
I'm about to shit all over your carpet.
Shit all over your fucking carpet. Holy crap.
On a totally different 180 subject.
Once again, corn? I don't remember eating corn. Jesus Christ.
Oh, could you imagine how bad it would hurt trying to pass corn?
Jesus. I passed a kidney stone once. I was going to die.
I've never had kidney stones, but on a totally different subject.
Yeah.
So bathroom related. I don't know if I brought this up, but I did bring up the TikTok, the new TikTok trend with the Mormon kids of jump humping and soaking.
The jump humping, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which my wife does not believe, by the way, because as I stated, my wife grew up Mormon, and she's like, "That's not real." I'm like, "Yeah, but you were a good kid till you met me."
Yeah, just Google it. It's right there.
Exactly.
Well, there's another TikTok trend that's going on, and this is why kids today are fucking stupid. It's called devious licks.
This is where the kids are licking the ice cream in the fucking stores?
No.
Oh, okay.
So get
this. You're talking about bathroom related. Oh, don't tell me somebody's licking a toilet.
No, they're not licking toilets. But that has been done.
Yeah.
Schools around the country closed bathrooms due to vandalization from TikTok's devious licks trends.
Okay.
As if schools across the country didn't have enough to worry about, some middle school and high school students are vandalizing bathrooms thanks to a TikTok trend called devious licks. Students are used to taking tests, but lately it's their bladders that are being tested. Linda, Curtis of Tempe, Arizona, first heard about it last week when she picked up her teenager from school. Linda said he jumped into the back seat with his girlfriend and said, "Okay, we're going home, right? Or do you want to go get something to eat?" He just says, "I need to go home. I need to go to the bathroom, like immediately." And I was like, "What do you mean you need to go to the bathroom?" He said, "There's no bathrooms at school today." I'm like, "What?" Garcia Navarro, the boys' bathrooms, he told her, were closed. The only open one was in the nurse's office, which meant a long line of very uncomfortable students.
Now they're coming for you.
It's podcast day.
Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah. Curtis, that really makes me mad. That's literally humane. Garcia, her son, said, and the reason for this, destruction of the bathrooms in middle and high schools nationwide, soap dispensers stolen, mirrors broken, sinks ripped off the wall. It's part of a latest TikTok trend known as devious licks. So basically, what these stupid ass kids are doing is, they're vandalizing the bathrooms, they're stealing stuff.
Somebody get Rob Durham back on the phone, Jesus. I mean,
yeah, right. So, and this is a TikTok trend. I mean, these schools across the country are literally shutting down the bathrooms. These fucking kids have stolen drinking fountains, and they've made TikTok videos. And at the end of the day, schools are government funded.
Yeah. So basically, you're paying for it. I'm not. But
no, it's not even that. That should automatically be a felony.
A felony, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we discussed that before when we were talking about people stealing shit.
Yeah,
like clocks.
So that's what these fucking idiot
and
kids
then these
are doing.
Dumbasses are putting it on YouTube or Facebook or TikTok, which means you're gonna get caught, dummy.
Yeah, they're doing it for likes and views and whatnot. So I was gonna go somewhere with that, and I completely lost my train of thought. But so I mean, like they're literally these schools they have to shut their bathrooms down because these dumbass kids are smashing everything. They're breaking stuff. They're stealing stuff. So and you can't do anything to them because they're minors.
Well, once again, if the school ever shut down a bathroom and they're like, "Oh, you can't go to the bathroom," I'm gonna piss right here on this floor. Because
if I was a teacher and I was scrolling through TikTok and I seen one of my dumbass students who decided to smash up the bathroom for likes and views, the next day in school I'd punch him dead in his mouth.
Well, not only that, you turn that fucker in and make sure it gets sent for a federal crime.
Mm-hmm.
Like, see how you like old Bubba getting at you.
But there's a whole TikTok calendar of things to do at school. Like one of them was smack your teacher on the ass. So you're gonna
sexual
go
harassment.
Yeah, you're gonna go commit a sexual crime. You're gonna harass.
Let's get you put on a list.
And just for TikTok. And nobody's going to do anything about it. Like, that's the thing. That's the problem. Nobody's doing anything about it. There's no disciplinary action for these stupid kids.
Well,
instead,
I don't know how it was at East Knox, but and if Corey's still here, she could back me up on it. I know several of our teachers. If you would have pulled that shit, you would have gotten your ass handed to you.
Oh no, I know. There's plenty of our teachers, our female teachers included. Although
I would have loved to smack Tinny in the back of the head.
Oh, absolutely. I'd have loved to shot him in the face with a pressure washer.
The difference is I'd have done it with a 2x4.
Well, never mind. I won't go into that story.
Yeah.
But I had a science teacher that anyways. If you would have done that to any of our like male teachers at East Knox, they would have fucking rocked your shit.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, and the female teachers, even some of the female teachers, sock you in the
Yeah.
jaw.
Yeah, some of the female teachers, and if the female teacher
And it
wouldn't
would
have
have
done
been
it,
justified. And
yeah, and if
our generation's parents would be like, no, should have been doing something, should have been stupid.
yeah, exactly.
That would have been the reaction from my parents. Well, you shouldn't have done something stupid, dummy.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing, like, you know, if I would have smacked the female teacher on the ass, there was male teachers in my school that would have 100% cold cocked the shit out of me.
Oh yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah,
But
doing shit like that, doing vandalism for likes and hearts and comments is just don't do it. Don't be that guy. Don't be that person. That's just
yeah.
I mean, you literally can easily fuck up your entire life for a TikTok video.
Yeah, which is what they're
You'd be living next door to my ass here in Mexico.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, that's 100% what they're doing. I mean, they're
because if anybody does press charges on one of these kids for vandalizing the bathroom, I mean, I almost got kicked out of the career center because I told your sister and a couple other kids in her grade not to join building trades.
Yeah.
You know, and like it was a big deal because I was like, Timmy's an idiot. Don't go in this class. So I mean, once again, the problem is, and not to get too political, everybody's too afraid to do anything because they're like, oh, that kid's now a victim. No, he's not. He did something stupid.
No, they're not victims. You're an idiot. Because, yeah. And that's where...
No, the media will put out the kid was the victim because he's being charged with a crime and he was just being a kid. Well, he's being a dumbass kid going to get his ass whipped.
Yeah. No, they're just dummies, man. They're just dummies. They need punched in the face at the end of the day, to be honest with you.
We did stupid shit. We did stupid shit, but we never did vandalism.
Yeah.
That I can think of.
We might have shot our friend in the face with a power washer, but
we might have had a body-to-body contest in the locker room, but that was different.
We have body-to-body contest.
Watched.
While I took on everybody.
Yeah, I was gonna stand on the corner. This ain't my game.
Jeff's like, I'm gonna stand in the first day of the gym, body-to-body contest, and I take on everybody, and I'm the only one standing, and you're like, that's my new best friend.
Yeah,
that guy just literally took on the entire building trades class one after another. It is like, and grabbed a 12-pack out of his locker.
We're gonna drink this. All right, let's go.
You're like, this dude. Look, you just took on 20 guys.
Yeah, let's go have beer.
And then you pulled out a 12-pack of beer. You're my new best friend. Nobody will fuck with me ever as long as we hang out together.
I can hide in his shadow, so that's okay.
I'm like, come on, little buddy. You are my new little friend. Come here.
Let's go. Tell me about the rallies, George.
It's like Andre the Giant and Princess Diary.
Yeah, exactly. Does anybody want a peanut? That's another movie that my wife watched for the first time before she went to Mexico City. She was like, I put it on. I was like, oh shit, they put Princess Bride on Netflix. And she's like, don't we have that on DVD? I said, yeah, I know, but it's on Netflix. I said, we got a DVD and Blu-ray, but it's on Netflix, so we're going to watch it. She's like, I've never actually seen it. I'm like, oh my God, you're in for an experience.
I've only seen that movie a couple times. It is a great movie. I love the, what is it? My name is, what the hell is he
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
You die. Plus, I love Andre the Giant anyways.
Oh, yeah.
The dude for being portrayed in the wrestling world as like a larger than life giant.
He was larger than life. I mean, this dude literally he would drink like a keg of beer and not get drunk.
Yeah, but
you and him would get along.
I see your keg and I raise you a keg. But no, like in the wrestling world, he was portrayed as a monster, as a bad guy, and everything like that. But in real life, he was
a fucking sweetheart.
Yeah, he was one of the sweetest, kindest men you'd ever meet. You know what I mean? And you know, where him and I have a lot of similarities. Where I could be a bad guy, but you know, for those people who actually know me, I'm a big old teddy bear.
Yeah, but that's the thing about Andre is he was never really like, I'm gonna fuck you up because it's Wednesday. He's like, you want to go have a beer? I'll have 400. You can have one. All right, let's go, Andre.
Andre, I see you're 400, and I raise you 200.
But this dude literally, like, he couldn't go anywhere unless he had a driver because he'd have to sit in the back of a truck.
Yeah, well, I mean,
they drove him around the back of a F-150 pickup,
which is crazy because he was only 7. He was only 7 foot tall.
Yeah, but you also got to remember it was the 70s and 80s.
Yeah,
you know,
where now you have
now it's just get that motherfucker an Escalade, call it a day.
Yeah, you have guys right now like the Big Show, who's 7. He's 7'4".
Right.
I think Shaq is 7 something.
Well, Shaq, he bought a Jeep. He bought a 2-door Jeep Wrangler, and he had to send it to West Coast Customs to have it lengthened.
Yeah.
They actually bought a 4-door and turned it into a 2-door for him.
Yeah, I believe. I
it looks dope as shit.
The Big Show is 7'4". Yao Ming was like 7'8". I think.
Yeah, Yao Ming was massive, but on top of Andre being tall, he was a big guy.
Yeah, well, that's how the Big Show is.
Yeah,
the Big Show
you see him on TV, he doesn't look that big.
He's a monster. No, okay, I apologize.
There's a show. He's on Disney Plus or something with him on
Netflix. He's 7 foot. He's 7 foot, 385.
That's still pretty tall.
383.
I'm actually 6 foot, but most of it is not in height.
Shut up, Jeff. What is Yao Ming? Yao Ming 7'6".
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's huge.
But yeah, the Big Show is 7 foot.
The tallest person I've ever stood next to is a buddy of mine that worked with me at Joe Bear. He was 6'6".
Yeah.
And it was the funniest thing to watch him, me, and my dad walk into a building because, you know, short little me, and my dad was only like an inch taller than me, and then this giant 6'6" dude that was about as big as round as I am. Fucking starting to rain. But yeah, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, so it's got Andre listed at 7'4". Okay, so Andre was 7'4".
Yeah, but he also
the 7 tallest wrestlers in WWE history.
Okay.
Kane, Big Cass, which is the newer guy, and the Big Show are 7 foot. You know who Kane is, right?
Yeah, I know who Kane is.
There are no more giants.
I couldn't pick him out of the lineup, but I know who he is.
My too. It's my second favorite. Caucasians on it. What is up, Wicked G?
There he is. That was quick.
The Great Khali is 7'1". Giant Silva, who was around back in the day with Insane Clown Posse and whatnot, was 7'2". Andre the Giant comes in at number 2 at 7'4". And number one is Giant Gonzalez.
Okay.
Who is 8 foot tall.
Holy shit.
And you might know him from his WrestleMania match. He was big in the 90s in wrestling, but he had a WrestleMania match with Undertaker, and he wore that full body suit that had like muscles and shit on it.
Okay.
And his forearms had like fur and shit.
Once again, couldn't pick the dude out of a lineup. I'll take your word for it.
If you've seen him, then you would know who he was.
Probably. What's that dude that was in the Longest Yard? He's got that weird jaw.
That's the Great Khali.
Oh, okay.
He was a wrestler. Yeah, he was. Wasn't that the guy who was like?
No, not the guy that was like football. Not the black guy. He's like Armenian or some shit.
Yeah, he's Indian. He's Indian.
Yeah. He's
I'm
massive.
gonna stretch my children. They will win. Calm down now. Yeah.
I have to squat down because I'm usually.
Why are you squatting down?
Because the top of my head is being cut off.
You're
Because
fine.
I had to come inside because it's starting to rain.
Oh, you're fine because you got your racist Indians hat on.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do?
I'm not gonna do anything.
I prefer it to the new one.
Let's go, Guardians.
Yep. Forever. I just watched Major League 2 because they put it on Netflix, and I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, man, Wild Thing.
Oh, you know what movie I watched today? It is actually not the greatest movie, but it's got an amazing soundtrack. Is The Three Musketeers with Kiefer Sutherland, and
that is a great movie.
And it's got what's his name? He played Robin. Chris O'Donnell. Yeah. And it's got Charlie Sheen in it, and I don't know the name of the guy that plays the fat guy, but I love that dude. What's his name?
Oh, that guy's in everything.
Yeah, he was in Tall Tale.
It's got Kiefer Sutherland, Charlie Sheen, Chris O'Donnell, and hold on, I'm trying to pull up the cast. Oliver Platt.
Yes, love Oliver Platt. Man. That dude's awesome.
Tim Curry's in that movie.
Tim Curry plays the Cardinal.
Rebecca De Mornay is in it.
Beautiful.
Because Keither plays Athos. Oliver Platt plays Porthos. And Chris O'Donnell plays
D'Artagnan.
And Charlie Sheen is Aramis.
Aramis, yes.
Aramis, there we go.
I've watched it twice. It's on Disney Plus, and I've watched it twice in like 6 months. It's such a good movie.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time, but yeah, that movie is so good. Tiger Blood.
Tiger Blood. It's got that fucking song that.
Well, you know what? Sadly,
Rod Stewart
song. What?
Yeah, it's Rod Stewart, Bryan Adams, and
are you thinking about the Bryan Adams song from?
It's Bryan Adams, Hood? Rod Stewart. No, Bryan Adams, Rob Stewart, and somebody else do All for One. No. But it's under Stewart when you look it up. But they all three did it together.
Oh, hold on a second. All for Love. Hold on a second. We're gonna get in so much trouble.
Probably. Because I'm probably going to singing the butchering the shit out of it because I love that song. Rod Stewart, it's under his namesake.
Goodbye.
That's not it.
No, that's the name. Bryan Adams, Rod Stewart, and Sting.
See?
Oh, it is from Three Musketeers.
Yeah. It's the main song. I mean, they use it as a score too.
Well, Bryan Adams did a song in that Kevin Costner.
That one is called. I can't remember what it's called. Well, it's driving up.
Oh yeah.
You find. I love that song.
Yeah. Hold on a second.
The Kevin Costner Robin Hood with Morgan Freeman.
Everything I do.
I do for love. Yes.
Yeah.
That's Brian Adams.
Yes, everything I do for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
I know my '90s movies. I love that movie.
I know 90s music. Are you good for a little after show shit?
Yeah, for a little bit.
All right. Oh, let's go ahead and wrap this up because we're pretty much at 3 hours.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and wrap this up, and we'll come back and do a little some after show nonsense.
I my kids to bed.
What actor do I want to punch? I don't know. I kind of want to. I don't know who I want to punch, actually.
That's a good question.
Yeah. You know what I want to do? I want to do an after show and see if I can get Tony D to come hang out with us.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if he's still awake, but we're going to end the show. Thank you. Thank you guys for listening. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. I know it was a little out there tonight, but we was having fun, and, you know, that's all that really matters. Yep. If you guys would... Where the fuck am I going with this? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, social media.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, thanks for listening to the show, guys. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Chatter's Box, you guys were lively as always. Appreciate you. Pops, do better. We need you to do the top 10 Wednesday night.
Yeah, make sure you got good Wi-Fi, sir.
Yeah. Jeff, another terrible review.
It's a good movie, dude. Percy versus Goliath. Totally worth it. Yeah. I'm going to send you the fucking trailer.
I believe you. It just sounds not my forte, but there are people that will like it. It's your thing,
but it's a good, true story. The only problem is it happened in Canada and doesn't have Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, exactly. But thank you guys for listening. If you're not already, feel free to check us out on social media at Nonsensical Nonsense on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch. Also, you can get every single episode, 47 episodes, or 48 episodes currently uploaded on Anchor, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, basically anywhere you get your podcast and jollies at. Go give us a liking. Go give us a pounding. And just favorite, give them a little thumbing. A double thumbing. Also, as we've said, we are definitely venturing into the interview game more and more. So if you guys would like to come on the show, or if you are a company who wants to sponsor the show and we can promote the shit out you, go ahead and give us an email at
Nonsensical Nonsense Podcast at gmail.com.
Bah, that's fucking beautiful. And
like I said, I got one job. I'm going to do it right.
That's all I ask of you. We're gonna roll my mind.
Turn it down. You hear that shit.
Oh, I was jamming out, man. Don't come running down. Jesus Christ.
He's watching YouTube's version of TikTok.
Yeah, there we go. Oh God. Oh, that's apparently what we're doing. That's not what we're doing. Calm down. Also, shout out to Blacktop Mojo. Thank you guys for allowing us to use your music. And as always, go follow them at Blacktop Mojo everywhere you can. Basically, just Google at Blacktop Mojo and go subscribe and like and follow and all that jazz.
Yeah.
But we are out of here for tonight. We will see you guys Wednesday for a brand new episode of Nonsensical Nonsense. Jeff, love you, brother.
Deuces.
Out with me. As always, you heard what he said. We're out of here. We're going to do a little
Deuces.
Cover. And we'll be right back for the after show.
Yeah, I got to fry chicken.
Join us.
Go alone. It's times like same, waiting on your call. How can I tell you, babe, my back's against the wall. I need you by my side to tell me it's alright, 'cause I don't think I can take anymore. Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this the love that I've been searching for? Is this love, or am I dreaming? This must be love, 'cause it's really got a hold on me. Hold on to me. Well, I can't stop the feeling. I've been this way before, but with you I found the key to open any door. I can feel my love for you growing stronger day by day, and I can't wait to see you again, so I can hold you in my arms. Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this the love that I've been searching for? Is this love, or am I dreaming? This must be love, 'cause it's really got a hold on me. Hold on to me. Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this the love that I've been searching for? Is this love, or am I dreaming? This must be love, 'cause it's real.